Testing. See, I think you take these off mute. Can they be off red? Because mine works now. Talk to me. Can you hear me, Paul?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
But when that was up.
And in for Cody Oliver, it's KDSJ Sports here on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and also online at KDSJ980.com and the KDSJ Sports mobile app, and also streaming on your television and on your mobile phone at KDSJ-TV. It's another Spearfish High School football broadcast as the 0-1 Spartans return home for Hall of Fame night at Lyle Hare Stadium to take on the Class AAA Rapid City Central Cobblers. Good evening. It's Clayson Davis from the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, and we left Cody at the studio, and it's the entire KDSJ Sports team is alive with us, as it's not just Clayson Davis in the booth. We also have a former South Dakota Broadcaster of the Year, Steve Ammerman, joins us in the booth. Steve, how are we doing tonight?
I am doing great, and it's great to be with you guys. I've never been on KDSJ-TV. I didn't know how to dress tonight. I thought there's no cameras on us in the booth?
No. We couldn't fit that in the budget. And also, running the camera, as you see on your television screen right now on KDSJ-TV, that's Paul James, who also is mic'd up tonight so we can hear him. Paul, are you staying warm up there?
Hey, it's actually kind of chilly tonight. I'm glad I brought a couple of layers, so you guys are sitting warm tonight.
It's a battle of two West River football teams that have seen a great improvement here over the past few years as Rapid City Central ended their 29-game losing streak last season. Also, first time since 2020 they beat their crosstown rival Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Spearfish, they had their first winning season in as many years also last season, and Coach Tom Teason and the Spartans looking to get back to 500 as they dropped last week to T area on the road. You listen to that and watch that on KDSJ Sports. Meanwhile, Rapid City Central, the Cobblers, they're 1-0 for the first time since 2018 as they took care of Sioux Falls Roosevelt last week with two defensive touchdowns, and the defense outscored the offense for the Cobblers last week versus the Rough Riders. So two teams, again, from West River with opposite records, and it's going to be a good one here tonight. It's the Cobblers and the Rapid City Central Cobblers here tonight on KDSJ Sports. We're going to send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute timeout, come back to lay the foundation with head coach Tom Teason from the Spearfish Spartans. That's coming up in 2 minutes here on KDSJ Sports.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
Who guarantees Jake's Collision Repair stands behind all of their work with a lifetime guarantee. Jake's Collision Repair uses only original parts made by your vehicle's manufacturer instead of lower quality aftermarket parts. Certified technicians work with the latest state-of-the-art equipment, and Jake's Collision Repair is preferred by most insurance companies and works with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair, 2416 Junction Avenue in Sturgis and 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
You just
The Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff. Laying the foundation for tonight's matchup, courtesy of Heinzerling Concrete. Here's Cody Oliver.
And welcome back to our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to a kickoff between the Spearfish Spartans and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Spearfish Spartans, Coach Tom Teason, joins us with our pregame show. Coach, you guys came back versus a very good T-area team last week, ended up dropping that contest 22-14, but you kept them scoreless in the second half, and you finished the game scoring 14 unanswered. How would you grade your team's performance in Week 1?
I thought we played very well for a lot of that game, majority of the game. We had some first game stuff get to us, some errors. Some of that was on me as a coach, getting our guys ready to go in the right spots to perform. And it was a little bit of trial and error of where guys are going to be successful and what plays are going to be successful for us this year. But our measure of success, never lose a game, because we're going to keep fighting all the way to the end. We did that, and I was very proud of how our guys battled through some adversity. We really came out in that second half and believed in each other, believed in the team, and it was fun to see.
Coach, you were down 22-0 at halftime. The offense really didn't have much going in the first half. But then the second half, you scored 14 unanswered and gave yourself a chance to win in the ending of the game. What adjustments did you make at halftime to put your team in a position to perform?
We've kind of found the stuff that we could have successful with. We got the ball into our playmakers' hands, and guys really just kind of settled into their roles. C has some great linemen, and their front seven are really good and strong. Our interior linemen, it was kind of a wake-up call to intro to varsity football, and I thought they responded really well after getting punched in the face in that first half. Our line really started playing solid. We ended up, going to some double tight end sets and giving a little bit more protection that way, and so I thought, the guys just did a great job of responding to adversity.
Now that game one's underneath your belt, Coach, what are some areas of improvement that you want to see from your team in between game one and game two?
You always want to see guys continue to embrace their role and take on that next step. The guys did a great job. One thing I need to do is just come up with the plays that can help us be successful. And that's kind of what we focused on this week was, what's our play selection to be the best possible team we can?
Looking at the injury reports, Coach, I know you lost to Jack Coetch early in the game last week. What's his status and any other injuries we need to be aware about?
He's been doing a great job of working hard to get back, and it looks like he's going to be able to go full for us. And then we have a couple other guys get a little banged up in there. Lathan Lucas got a little hurt at linebacker, running back. He's been working hard to get back. Brock Lewis got a little banged up. He's been working to get back full. So, we got some guys to fill in there when we need to, but those guys are tough and did everything they needed to this week to give them the best shot of being successful on Friday night.
And speaking of Brock Lewis, he led all defensive players in Week 1 in tackles with his first start at that inside linebacker position. I know you were high on him in the preseason. How would you grade your junior's performance in his first start at inside linebacker?
Yeah, he did a great job. He read his keys, made his tackles. Coach Douglas, Coach Powers, Coach Harkless did a great job calling defense where helped him be in the right position, and then he absolutely took advantage of that. If you watch the film, Lathan Lucas didn't get as many stats, but he was eating up a lot of linemen and doing the right thing. He was doing a lot of the dirty work to help other guys look good, which is, Spartan football. That's what we kind of pride ourselves on is doing the work no matter who needs to do it. And Brock Lewis, man, he came to play. I'm excited to see what he continues to do throughout the year.
Now, when you turn the page and look at Rapid City Central, a much improved Rapid City Central team. I mean, it's the first time in a long time that they start off the season 1-0, a Class AAA opponent, and a lot of similarities to T as far as how they format their offense and their defense. What do you see on film from the Cobblers that impresses you, Coach?
Yeah, I knew that they were going to be a tough team. They were pretty solid last year, just came short a time or two here and there. But I saw their potential this upcoming year. Coach Colpitz did a great job of starting something there that they've continued on. They've got some great players, some great size that I knew that we would have to deal with this year, or that any team would have to deal with this year. They're returning a ton of guys from their roster last year, so anytime you can do that, you're going to have some success. So we're going to find our matchups and try to take advantage of some of the things we've seen on film and let the chips fall where they may.
Coach, when you're looking at Rapid City Central, starting off on defense, another 4-down defensive alignment, much like T you saw last week. Is there any similarities between T area and Rapid City Central that you felt like you learned from week 1 that you plan on to applying in week 2?
Yeah, they are kind of similar on paper. They do a couple things different here and there. We really, our interior linemen have really started picking up on our combo blocks and who's going where when. We simulated a lot of good pressure this week that they were able to pick up. So I think being a little more confident, just another game in, is going to help our guys feel better about this week. And then it just comes down to, making it happen.
And finally, Coach, what are your keys to a victory versus Rapid City Central?
We talk about our game goals. I think we've got to win the number of big plays. If we win the number of big plays, that helps us out. The turnover battle, we got to, cause more turnovers than we give up. And penalties. I'd really like to see us decrease our penalties. Something that we want to be a disciplined team and have fewer penalties. So I think those are things we're going to really emphasize this week.
Awesome. Coach, thank you for the time. Good luck this week.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's head coach Tom Teason joining us with our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff between the Spartans and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. We'll continue with our pregame show after this short break on your home for Spearfish Spartan football, KDSJ.
Quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Bold flavors with an authentic Hispanic experience at El Sombrero and Spearfish, your local family-owned and operated Mexican restaurant right here in the Black Hills. Each bite tells a story, with each entree made from scratch, all from passed-down traditional family recipes. Enjoy their extensive drink selection, and they can even cater to your next fiesta. Good food, good friends, good times. Stop in at 701 North 5th Street in Spearfish, and welcome to El Sombrero, where there's always a place to hang your hat. No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
And welcome back to our Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, as it's the Rapid City Central Cobblers making the short trip down to Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish, take on the Spartans in the second game of the season for both of these teams. As we continue to lay the foundation to this matchup, brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. You can give them a call at 210-2320 as part of our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff. And with that, time to lay the foundation on the Rapid City Central Cobblers. And with that, Steve Ammerman's got some insight on the Cobblers and what they bring to tonight's matchup.
Thank you very much, Clayson. Yeah, last week on News Radio KOTA, we broadcast the Cobblers game as they won 23-7 over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. They dominated that game. They were up 23-0, really coasted in the second half. Their opening drive last week took about 10 minutes off the clock, all on the ground. They established their running game and did not score that opening drive. Tried a field goal, short field goal. It was no good. But then they came back on defense and got an interception. Onzie Weaver, one of the new members of the Cobbler football team, had a pick six, a beautiful return down the sideline to get them on the board. And that just got them the momentum back, and they ended up just dominating that football game and beat Sioux Falls Roosevelt 23-7. We mentioned Onzie. He's also a wide receiver. He's got his brother, Trayshawn Weaver, 6 foot, 170-pound senior. He's the new quarterback for the Cobblers. Did not have to throw the ball much last week as they established the running game. And I know talking with Coach McCulley earlier this week, he says we've got to be able to throw the ball as we go along here during the season. So I would expect to see them maybe throw the football more tonight with Weaver. You know Waylon Benbow. He's a fantastic running back. And also Braden Jackson from that wingback position. They've got some threats offensively. A lot of it's on the ground. And if they can develop a passing game throughout the season, this is going to be a very good football team.
Oh, absolutely. And Spearfish last week, similar type team in T area that they took on with the 4-down, 4-3 defense, that double wing offense that the Titans ran over the Spearfish, really, especially in that first half. The first play of the game, quarterback Mitch Grant from the Titans had a 60-yard touchdown run on the first play, just on an option play. But Coach Teason, as we just heard in our interview, felt like that it was a wake-up call for a lot of those new offensive linemen, new defensive linemen that Spartans have had to now turn to this season. And looking at some of the statistics from last game, Cade Vavruska did it really for the Spartans on both sides of the ball, as he had 7 total tackles. That was second in the team on defense. And then on offense, had a 62-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. It was a weird play that Spearfish fumbled it to one of their fastest kids on the team in open field. Ran it for their first score. Also caught a touchdown pass that gave Spearfish a chance in the final minutes of the ball game. Spearfish kept T area scoreless in the second half, and will have a chance to right the wrongs as far as what they did last week versus this Rapid City Central Cobbler football team. As we're approaching kickoff, about 10 minutes away, I do believe, we're going ahead and keep it here and send it over to our matchup menu and talk about what else is going on here tonight with high school football as we look at some of the matchups that are happening. Start off with number 4 in Class A, Lennox at Custer here in the Southern Hills. New Underwood is at Harding County Bison, as the Ranchers just got blown out to Wall last week. They're in Class 9A. The now newly ranked number 4 Sturgis Brown Scoopers after upsetting Brookings last week. They're at Douglas. Of course, right here on KDSJ Sports, Rapid City Central taking on Spearfish right here at Lyle Hare Stadium. Also on our matchup menus, we watch the Spartans come on to the field. Number 4, Hill City in Class 9A hosting Dupree. Number 3, Wagner, after upsetting number 1 Winner in 11B. They are at Hot Springs tonight. Bennett County is taking on Phillip. Kadoka area, they're taking on the Buzzsaw. Number 1 in 9A, the Wall Eagles tonight as well in high school football. As we continue with our matchup menu, Lee Deadwood is at Bridgewater Emory Ethan. And the newly number 1 ranked St. Thomas More Cavaliers in Class 11B, they're on the road at Chamberlain today. Number 5 Watertown at number 2 Yankton, the team that beat Spearfish last week. And number 3 T Areas at Aberdeen Central. Rapid City Christian at number 1 Sioux Falls Christian. Number 1 Pier is at Huron. Bellefouche makes the travel over to East River to take on the West Central Trojans. And finally, the Lemon McIntosh Cowboys is at Gettysburg. That's a look at our matchup menu for KDSJ as both teams make their way onto the field and getting ready for national anthem time. We're going to head and take another 3-minute timeout to come back with our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups. It's the Cobblers and the Spartans on KDSJ Sports.
For nearly 50 years, Lowe Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Lowe Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Lowe Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of ton. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game. Todd Poling and the A&W team are excited to be bringing the classic A&W brand back to Spearfish in the northern Black Hills. And they're even more excited to be cheering on the Spearfish Spartans. Stop in for delicious burgers, chicken tenders, cheese curds, and of course their world-famous root beer made fresh in-house every day. Scan the QR code on your screen or mention the code Spartans25 for 10% off orders all day, every day. A&W in Spearfish, inside Walmart on 1st Avenue. Let's go Spartans!
Hillen Optical has been helping families see clearly for over 50 years. They're more than just an eye care center. They're part of your community, committed to keeping your family's vision healthy and strong. From kids' first eye exams to the perfect frames for every family member, they're here to make your experience easy, affordable, and comfortable. Come visit Hillen Optical, where your family's vision is their top priority, because seeing life's special moments starts with healthy eyes. Hillen Optical, caring.
And welcome back to our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff. The Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, and off exit 32 Junction Avenue in Sturgis. As both teams make their way onto the field, I think we have enough time for starting lineups. Yep, we're going to do some starting lineups brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. And I will send it over to Steve Ammerman with the starters for the Rapid City Central Cobblers.
All right, offensively tonight for the Cobblers at tight end, Brandon Isler. He is a 6'3", 180-pound senior. The offensive line a little changed from last week. They lose both of their starting offensive tackles in the first quarter last week, and they're out again this week.
Wow.
So they'll go with Chevy Eppins, 5'11 junior, 220 pounds at one of the guards. The other is Jack Wilhelm. He's a 230-pound senior. Connor Seaver at a tackle. And the other tackle, Tucker Jones, who played guard last week, a 250-pound senior. Weston Sturrock is the starting center. And we're going to pause.
Yep, I think we're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio. We'll take another 2-minute timeout, come back with the rest of our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups after this 2-minute timeout.
Family, one pair of eyes at a time.
In a world of few guarantees, Jake's Collision Repair stands behind all of their work with a lifetime guarantee. Jake's Collision Repair uses only original parts made by your vehicle's manufacturer instead of lower quality aftermarket parts. Certified technicians work with the latest state-of-the-art equipment, and Jake's Collision Repair is preferred by most insurance companies and works with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair, 2416 Junction Avenue in Sturgis and 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish.
Find your ride and drive for less in a one-owner Junix certified pre-owned vehicle. Inspected by Junix technicians and protected by a 6-month limited powertrain warranty. Drive home a 2020 Chevy Traverse Premier as low as $25,895. A 2023 Ford Escape ST as low as $23,995. Or a 2023 Nissan Rogue as low as $21,495. Visit Junix.com to see what's available. Then schedule a test drive to see what's possible at Junix Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on West Jackson and Spearfish.
Make eating better. Easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood. All with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90 exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
And we're back at Lyle Hare Stadium with the captains both on the field for Rapid City Central and Spearfish. Spearfish in the maroon tops, white pants, white numerals. Rapid City Central, the white tops, white bottoms, the silver-ish shiny numbers. That's going to be a problem to try to look for the entire night, and the red outlines. It's time to continue with our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups. Let our family care for your family. As did we get through all the?
No.
Okay.
We kind of got through the offensive line because there's been so many changes for Rapid City Central this week. We'll give you their skilled people. We mentioned their offensive line. The wide receivers is Anze Weaver. He's a 6 foot, 185-pound senior. The wing backs are Henry Hill, 6 foot, 160-pound senior. Braden Jackson, 6'2", 190-pound senior. The running back is Waylon Benbow, 205-pound senior. And starting at quarterback is Trayshawn Weaver, 6 foot, 170-pound senior. So those are the starters offensively for Central. We'll give you the Spartans defensively, and they'll go with Asher Peel at a defensive end, a 250-pound senior. The other end, Skylar Bryant, a 265-pound junior, and starting a nose tackle, Easton Walters, a 245-pound junior. The linebackers for Spearfish, Jack Coette, 200-pound senior, Lathan Lucas, a 205-pound senior, Brock Lewis, a 210-pound junior, Sam Marcus, a 220-pound senior. In the secondary at the corners, Carson Sire, a 190-pound junior, Graham Hughes, a 185-pound junior. The safeties, Arcade Vavruska, a 185-pound junior, and Thomas Hughes, a 170-pound junior. And we did well. I guessed the Central offense against the Spearfish defense. Spartans won the toss. They've deferred, so we'll see that Central offense on the field first.
As, again, that's your Dana Dental Arts, courtesy of Steve Ammerman, brought to you by Dana Dental Arts here in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. And finally, let's welcome our third member of our KDSJ sports crew tonight, Paul James, who's up there chilling, literally, not figuratively, with the camera on KDSJ-TV. Paul, what do you see up atop of everyone here at Lyle Hare?
Well, I'm seeing that it's going to be the Rapid City Central Cobbler fans that are going to struggle to see the game to start, staring into the sun from across the field. But, yeah, it's going to get a little chilly tonight. There's fall in the air. It's football season, and I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, I talked with Paul earlier today as far as that fall football feeling. Say that fast 5 times in a row. Just the chilly in the air. It's nice. You can almost smell the cool. And it's just high school football time here in the Northern Black Hills as the Spartans on to kick. And new kicker here for Spearfish, as normally the kicking duties go to number 77, Sam Marcus. Sam was not in the starting lineup as well, so I don't know if there was an injury. It was not brought up to Coach Teason, as there we see Sam Marcus on the sideline, so he will not be doing the kickoff duty. Instead, it will be number 12 for the
Spencer Marta,
the sophomore, doing the kicking for Spearfish. Cobblers getting ready to receive the kickoff. Can't quite see the numbers, of course. There'll be a battle we'll take on the entire night. And thank you for joining us on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, online at KDSJ980.com, the KDSJ Sports mobile app, and on your TV and mobile device on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook.
Marta's kickoff will be fielded by an up man at the 20 for the Cobblers, off to the left at the 25, 30, 35, 40, and runs over a Spearfish tackler at the 41-yard line. And a nice return to open the game. They do not want to kick the ball to Onzie Weaver. He was over on the right side of the field. They kicked it short to the left side, but an excellent return. And this is a Central football team last week that executed very well for the first game of the season. They have improved so much over the years. They're a lot like Spearfish used to be when Dalton Wademan came in and really changed the culture, the program, and got them to where they're at now. Central's doing the same thing, and they have a 1st and 10 now at their own 39-yard line with their new quarterback this season. Trajan Weaver did not have to pass much last week. Man comes in motion. That is Jackson. Snap, quick pitch to Benbow on the right side. Breaks the tackle across the 40 to the left to the 45. Running hard across midfield and into Spearfish territory, and brought down at the Spartan 49 by Carson Sire. That's the toughness you're going to see tonight from Rapid City Central. They show it on the first play.
And that's much like we saw last week with Spearfish. Their first play versus T-Area was a running play, and went 60 yards for a touchdown that time. Lathan Lucas had a chance to bring down Benbow in the backfield. Flat threw off Lucas, and that's going to bring up a new set of downs on the second play of the game.
They'll split Weaver, Onzie, over to the right side. He's got a lot of speed. 1st and 10 from the Spearfish 49. It's Benbow again. Left side, just outside of the hash and down to the Spartan 47. And a gain of 2 on the play. And the linebacker, Brock Lewis, comes up to make the stop for Spearfish.
Lewis had 12 tackles to lead both T-Area and Spearfish in that contest last week in his first start at inside linebacker. The junior for the Spartans, 5'10", 210 pounds. We saw him play baseball this summer with Spearfish Post 164 and gets his first tackle of the day to bring up 2nd down in about 7.
The wind at the Cobblers back here in the first quarter, and you might hear the wind on Paul's microphone up top. Here's the snap, fake to Benbow. Off the left side, it's the quarterback, Weaver, and they'll grab him and bring him down right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on the carry by the quarterback, Weaver, and I believe it's Brock Lewis again making the stop.
That was Brock Lewis. As you check that out on our Tropical Smoothie Sports Cafe replay, it was just Brock Lewis. That inside linebacker position read his keys well and made a play on Weaver to bring up a 3rd and long for the Cobblers, and we'll probably see them try to take it to the air that you said, Steve, they'll need to do more of throughout the season.
3rd and 8 from the 47-yard line of Spearfish. Last week, their long pass play was a little screen to Benbow for a 39-yard touchdown run, play. About the same spot in the field it is right here. So look for maybe that. 3rd and 8. Here's the snap. Weaver back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, throws it long for his brother Onzie down at the 15. A little contact there, no call, and the pass goes incomplete. Great coverage by the Spartans. Carson Sire, it'll be 4th down.
Carson Sire, the Class AA returner in interceptions a year ago. He was on the coverage, and Sire, Spearfish lost Dylan Dorn to graduation last season, and Sire moves into that number 1 cornerback spot and had coverage, and he'll have his hands full the entire time trying to track down Onzie Weaver, as now the Cobblers look to punt, and the starting punter looks to be at number 7 for the Cobblers. That is Braden McCauley.
Of course, Braden, the son of the new head football coach, Mike McCauley. Return man Vabruska standing back at about the 14-yard line for Spearfish. Snap, and the kick barely away by McCauley. Middle of the field, and it is caught in traffic by Vabruska at the 20. That's a nice grab, because if he lets that go, that rolls inside of the 10-yard line. So instead, the Spartans will start their first possession of the night at their own 21, scoreless on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Again, Clayson Davis, Steve Ammerman in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth on KDSJ. Steve making his KDSJ-TV debut. There's a lot of stuff going on in here.
And I dressed up tonight. I thought we were going to be on camera. Doggone it.
No, I have enough camera time with our From the Bench podcast. I don't need to be on twice a week. But anyways, here we go. Spearfish on offense.
And the quarterback is Thomas Hughes out of the gun. Takes the snap. Going to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Here comes the rush. He's back to the 15. He's caught behind the line of scrimmage and dropped. And that is big Braden Isler making the sack for Rapid City Central, the 6'3", 180-pound senior, as he grabs Hughes and drops him for a loss back at the Spartan 17-yard line.
Yeah, Spearfish had trouble dealing with that T-area offensive line last week, and another 4-down big defensive line in the Cobblers that Spearfish will have to take on here today, and not quite the play they needed on 1st down is going to bring up 2nd and long.
McBosh in the backfield, lines up to the left of Hughes. 2nd down long, snap give. Bosch caught behind the line of scrimmage, breaks 1 tackle but not the next. He gets it back, maybe. No, actually, probably lost a yard back to the 16-yard line. He was hit immediately when he took that handoff.
Yeah, that was Jack Wilhelm, I believe, on the tackle, one of those big defensive tackles. Spearfish, they don't try to take it to the air too many times. They only pass the ball about 37% of the time. And they have a 3rd and long, of course, Jack Coet, co-starter at quarterback, hurt his throwing shoulder last game versus T-Area. So we have the more athletic but smaller arm and Thomas Hughes at quarterback here today.
He'll take the snap, rolls to his right, a straight run, and Hughes to the 20 speed, 25, breaks the tackle, 30, right sideline, 40, and rolled out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. There's the speed of Thomas Hughes. He got to the perimeter fast, and a nice run.
Yeah, the quarterback run game is something that Spearfish wants to emphasize as you have an athletic quarterback with Thomas Hughes. He's not quite comfortable in the pocket, but we do have a flag on the field, so I don't believe this is going to stand.
Yeah, it looks like this one's coming back. That was a huge gainer on 3rd down and long inside of their own 20 for the Spartans and Hughes, but there's a penalty, and it's going to be holding against Spearfish, and that wipes out that 1st down gainer.
Yeah, Coach Teason talked about in our pregame show that penalties really killed Spearfish drives last week, especially in the first half. And you see a big one there on a long Thomas Hughes quarterback run that it's going to bring up 3rd and a country mile.
8:26 to go. We're in the first quarter. No score. Spearfish, Rapid City Central. Spartans working into the wind here in the first quarter at Lyle Hare Stadium, and the ball all the way back to their 9. They need to reach the 31 for a 1st down. So 3rd down and 22. Running back is Bosch. Quarterback Hughes inside of the 5 takes the snap. He rolls to the left this time, and he's going to run again. He's back out to the 15 and tackled at about the 22-yard line, shy of a 1st down. And coming up to make the tackle is Waylon Benbow for Rapid City Central. Will be 4th down.
The middle linebacker for the Cobblers having to track down Thomas Hughes. It was a long developing play. It was just another quarterback sweep, this time to the left side, and got good yardage. It would have been enough for a 1st down if it was within the normal chains, but it's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. And Spearfish, and we will see Brock Lewis back to punt for the Spartans.
Brayton Jackson, return man for the Cobblers, standing back at his own 36-yard line with 7:28 to go. Here's the snap, and Lewis with no rush, line drive, low kick.
Oh, wow.
Hits at the Spearfish 38, takes a little bit of a Spartan roll down along the left sideline, and actually a really nice roll as it went all the way down to the Rapid City Central 45. That was not very high, and he's lucky he got a good roll.
About as good as a punt as you could get, as that one just died off the foot of Brock Lewis. Again, the normal punter is Sam Marcus, and he is not punting today. He's not in the starting lineup on offense. He's normally the left tackle for the Spartans, and he is not in that position here tonight. Also an outside linebacker, and Spearfish now switching to, looks like, to a 4-3 defense. 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers. So a new look on defense for the Spartans. And we'll see what Central will do against this new alignment.
So they have a 1st and 10 to the Cobblers at their own 45-yard line. Quarterback is Weaver, flips it out on the right side, caught. Troy catches across the 45 and knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of Spearfish. That's Carson Sire. That's a great name to have if you're a receiver. Troy catches. He makes the reception, and a nice gain, 8 yards on 1st down, actually 7 yards on 1st down for the Cobblers.
Yeah, you're a big Nebraska fan too, Steve, and I always think of Tommy Armstrong as a quarterback. This is in that same boat as far as Troy catches as your wide receiver. Need to think of a running back name before the end of the night.
Isler splits out to the left side. Onzie Weaver to the right. That double wing for the Cobblers. 2nd down and about 3. The ball at the 48-yard line. Man in motion Jackson. They hand it to Braden. Follows his blocker. He's to the 45. Has a 1st down. Hit by Sire. And down he goes at the 40. But that's an 8-yard gain. He did a nice job of following the block of Waylon Benbow on that last play.
And right now you see the Cobblers establish dominance on the line of scrimmage. That was another slow developing play that if one Spartan could break a tackle, it would have been an easy opportunity for a tackle for loss. But to Jackson, this time just being patient, following his blockers, eventually finding open space and a new set it down. The 3rd 1st down for the Cobblers here today.
Clock running, 6:45 to go first quarter. Cobblers in Spearfish territory. A 1st and 10 at the Spartan 40-yard line. Man in motion, that's catches. They hand it off to him. Breaks the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to get outside, does. 35, sideline 30, 25, and tackled at the Spearfish 21-yard line. That is about a 19-yard gain for Troy Catches. They've got weapons, Rapid City Central does. You got Catches and Jackson on the perimeter, and then you got the hard-nosed Benbow, and they're showing it right now. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, and Spearfish has too many guys on the field, so they're going to have to take a timeout. And we will too. 6:26 to go in the first quarter. It's the Spartans and Cobblers 0-0. We'll be back with more high school football in 1 minute on Black Hills Gold Hits, KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio KOTA.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
Back here in action. Here at the first quarter, scoreless as Rapid City has the ball. As quarterback sweep off of the left side, and Graham Hughes, the safety, comes up and makes the tackle with a gain of about 1. Quarterback that time on the carry for Rapid City Central, and that was Trayshawn Weaver.
So a gain of 1 down to the Spearfish 19-yard line. Just over 6 minutes remaining first quarter. Cobblers started back at their own 45. Here's Weaver to throw, looking for his brother Onzi in the end zone. That one's up for grabs and incomplete, about 7 yards deep on the coverage. Carson Sire was right there. He was actually the closest one to catching that ball.
And Sire again in that number 1 cornerback position with the graduation of first team All-State last year, Dylan Doran. And Sire led the class in interceptions a year ago. Actually had a pick last season versus Rapid City Central in that contest, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Spearfish held stout on their last 3rd down, and we'll see what Central can do here in 3rd and about 9.
The ball at the 19-yard line of Spearfish. Cobblers with Benbow lined up behind Weaver, man in motion. Here's the snap, and they hand it off to Jackson, and Braden centered the field, very short gain down to about the 18-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and they had problems last week with field goal attempts, did Central. Looks like they're going to try one. They missed a short one early in the game, and then as the game went along, really had troubles with a couple of others. So they're going to try one here, and Braden McCulley is going to come on. This could be a fairly long field goal for Rapid City Central here with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This is going to be about a 35-yard field goal attempt for McCulley. So we'll see. The youngster will try to get them on the board. And it looks like Easton Graff is the holder. Here's the snap, placement, and the kick. McCulley's got the leg on this one, and bingo. It is good. A 35-yard field goal by McCulley, and the Cobblers get 3 out of that drive. They lead at 3-0, 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout, be back with the Cobbler kickoff in 1 minute on KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio, KOTA Rapid City.
If it can be imagined, it can be created. Eaton Construction in Belle Fourche specializes in site development for your next commercial project. Size is no issue. Earth moving for grading on any level. Utility installation for single projects or entire subdivisions. Whatever the project, Eaton Construction has it handled. Gravel hauling. Construction of roads from scratch and down to basements. You know who you need for the job. Eaton Construction. Call 605-210-2223 today. That's 605-210-2223. Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
.5:11 left to go in the first quarter. Rapid City Central taking the lead on a 35-yard field goal. And now a Spearfish to receive the kick, and it's going to go into the back of the end zone, where the Spartans will start their second drive of the game.
And that last drive, 27 yards for the Cobblers, stalled out inside of the 20-yard line. But Braden McCulley, who struggled last week, you can see a lot of improvement in his field goal attempt this week as he drains that 35-yard field goal to get the Cobblers on the board here early. And let's see what Spearfish can do offensively. They had that one big play, but it was called back on a penalty their first possession. Other than that, it was Central dominating the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 20-yard line. And they've got 4 receivers, 2 over to each side of the field. Running back is Bosch. Snap to Hughes. They fake it, and a quick throw behind the line of scrimmage. Caught at about the 16, and the Cobblers are right there. A loss of a yard. Good play by the left corner for Rapid City Central, and then got some help. And that's a loss of 1 on the completion to Bevruska.
Yeah, they're on the coverage. Cannot quite see who that left corner was. That is number, gosh, those numbers are hard to see. That is number 6.
Yeah,
that is Weaver.
The quarterback, Trayshawn Weaver. Good defensive play there. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. The ball now at the Spearfish 19, trying to get something going offensively. Here's the snap. They'll give Bosch across the 20, running hard, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Ranger, Cole Kroger making the stop for Central, and that's definitely what Spearfish needed, was a nice gainer to get them in 3rd and manageable.
Especially with this new tooled offensive line from the offseason. They're big up front, Spearfish. They just need to have confidence as far as run blocking here on 3rd and short.
3rd down, 2 to go. And we have a flag before the ball is snapped. Might be against Rapid City Central.
Yep, and I think they're going to catch a number.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Yep, that is the defensive tackle. That is Landon Krogel, the defensive lineman, defensive tackle, 6'3", 250-pound junior, jumping into the neutral zone, and just like that, a new set of downs for Spearfish.
Now, 5-yard penalty takes the ball out to the Spartan 33-yard line. 1st and 10, snap out of the gun, and they fake the handoff, keeping it as Hughes, the quarterback. Nice run to get back to the line of scrimmage. Runs into his blocker, and down he goes after his short gain. It's Troy Catches coming up to make the tackle for the Cobblers.
Yeah, this time another simple quarterback zone that time over to the left side. Bosch is a lead blocker, and Spearfish will use their quarterback a lot of times to generate some run game. They did that last week versus T-Area in that first half, and unfortunately that's how they lost their first quarterback, Jack Coette, in that first game of the season. But now we see a similar game plan with Thomas Hughes in at quarterback.
2nd down, 7, snap to Hughes. He's going to keep it again off the snap. Caught, dropped behind the line of scrimmage, behind the 35 and back down to the 34-yard line. I believe that was Benbow that got in there. Yeah, it was.
Middle linebacker Waylon Benbow. He just flat read the play, and might have been a missed block that time as well, as we saw the fullback for Spearfish, and that is number 22, Lathan Lucas, grabbing his helmet as acting like he may have screwed up. And it's going to be a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Spearfish offense. They converted 1 long first down already that was held back due to penalty. What does Coach Teason and the Spartan offense have on 3rd and about 9?
3rd 9 from the 34-yard line. Out of the gun. Long look at his wristband, the quarterback. Hughes, he'll take the snap, rolls over to his left, and he's still rolling, stops, throws, has a receiver, and a sliding catch for a 1st down out across the 45 to the 47. The guy you just were talking about a few moments ago, Lathan Lucas. That's a tough catch, as he had to go to the turf, slide, make the grab, and a big 1st down for the Spartan offense.
Yeah, first completed pass for positive yards for the Spartan offense as well. And they'll move the chains on 1st and 10. 3rd and 9, that is, bringing us up a 1st and 10. Lucas fills in at that fullback position for Spearfish that they'll use in multiple positions in this offense.
1st and 10 from the 47, snap to Hughes, pitch back, with it is Bosch. Bosch caught and dropped back at the 44-yard line, about a 3-yard loss. And again, Central in the backfield, and guess who? Waylon Benbow again. He's got 2 tackles for losses in this drive alone.
Yeah, the middle linebacker, that Mike linebacker position. You have to have a good Mike backer in a 4-3 defense, and Bembo is a prototype middle linebacker in a 4-3 defense. Reads the play well, very instinctive, and when he sees the ball, he'll just flat get it for a big loss, and now bring up 2nd down and long.
Clock running, 1:33 to go, first quarter. Spartans down 3-0, back to throw. Hughes does in traffic along the right sideline. It's caught out to about the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 5 to Vavruska, and it'll set up 3rd down and about 8 yards to go here for the Spartans.
And that was the Will linebacker Easton Graff on the tackle. Senior, 6'2", 205 pounds. Spearfish living in 3rd and long here early in the contest with about 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Cobblers at Lyle Hare Stadium here in Spearfish.
Ball at the 49-yard line. 3rd down. Vavruska will go in motion from left to right. Snap to Hughes. Hughes back to his 40 to throw in the pocket for Vavruska. Long pass along the right sideline out of bounds. Good coverage by Rapid City Central. And on the coverage was Cole Kroger again for Rapid City Central. It'll be 4th down, and Spearfish will have to punt for the 2nd time here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Brock Lewis will be back out to punt for Spearfish. Again, no Sam Marcus for special teams here today. Sam is suited up for the Spartans, but he's not doing the punting duties. So therefore, we'll have Brock Lewis, the junior, do the kicking duties here today, and we'll believe it'll be Braden Jackson back to receive the punt for the Cobblers. Already up 3-0 in the closing moments of the first quarter.
Jackson at the 10-yard line. Here's the snap. Lewis, a little bit better kick, a little higher this time. Hits it about the 30. Rolls down around the 25-yard line and rolls right along the 25-yard line, and it'll be down by Sire there. And that's where the Cobblers will take over. 41 seconds to go, first quarter, 3-0 Central on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick in Rapid City. Well, kind of what we expected, I think, between these teams. Central's going to use their strength and power and try to control the line of scrimmage, and I think for the most part they've done that. Spearfish, kind of have a feeling if they're going to have success, it's going to be trying to get to the perimeter, get to the outside.
Got to use the athleticism for Spearfish, whether that be the quarterback run game with Thomas Hughes. You have Mick Bosch, who's a very strong running back for just his size at only 5'6", 175. But right now, the Cobblers just flat dominating up front. Spearfish will need to be tougher here in the closing minutes of this game.
Weaver, quick pitch over to the right side to Waylon Benbow, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain on the play. Good job along the defensive line by Asher Peel. The 250-pound senior was right there and brings down the ball carrier Waylon Benbow after a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, Asher Peel, senior, has been a captain ever since he played varsity high school football. Him and two other Spearfish Spartans broke the high school squat record this offseason. And, in fact, Asher Peel flat blew it out of the water, squatted 585 for Spearfish. And big offseason for him. And I believe we're going to take it to the end of the first quarter.
Score after one, 3-0 Rapid City Central. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute on Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio, KOTA Rapid City.
Dry, safe, secure, and affordable. That's what False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage is all about. New or used, multiple size and door options. We've got the perfect storage container for you, and we can even deliver it with no special equipment needed. You can buy or rent, it's available on-site, or we can bring it right to you and set it up where you need it. We offer flexible storage for every need, and Kelly the Container Queen is in the office and ready to help. Give us a call today at 605-641-1555 or visit our website at fbccontainersandstorage.com.
It's not one, but two great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
And we're back here at Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish. 3-0 Cobblers on top of the Spartans. Clayson Davis, Steve Ammerman, and Paul James here in the, well, not in the Monument Health, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. There's just flat not enough room. There's barely enough room for Steve and I. But Cobblers on offense with the 2nd down and 8 from the 27-yard line.
All right, 2 receivers to the left. One goes in motion. That's Weaver. Snap. They pitch it to him on a sweep right side, 30. He's got a lot of speed. He's out to the 35-yard line and close to a first down. That's Onzie Weaver. Had a touchdown on defense last week for the Cobblers early. Had a pick 6. He's got a lot of speed, and they want to get him the ball. And they've thrown a couple of passes to him, but this time run a sweep with him, and he comes up just shy of a first down. So it'll be 3rd down and less than a yard to go for the Cobblers, just inside of their own 35-yard line. They lead it 3-0. And Weaver will split over to the left side of the field. His brother is the quarterback, and that, of course, Trajan. Man in motion, that's Jackson. They snap, give. No, keeping it is the quarterback, Weaver, and the Spartans make a tackle. No gain.
I think that was outside linebacker Jack Coet coming into the backfield. Yep, it was Coet from that outside linebacker position.
They did not get the first down. Great play by Coet. And Rapid City Central, 4th and less than a yard to go.
Yeah, guys, there was actually a fumble on that play that Central recovered, so they were very fortunate.
Wow, did not see that. That's why we've got Paul up on the roof. Yeah. Good job.
That's the only reason. Because
So 4th down, and they're going to punt now. They recovered their own fumble. I thought I saw the official throw a marker.
Yep, there was markers. Yeah,
and now we have
Now we got a flag.
And if this is against Spearfish, it'll be an automatic first down. I think it was an alignment issue.
Either that or maybe too many men.
1, 2, 4, 6.
I can't count. 8, Everyone knows 10, that with KDSJ Sports.
Paul, I think I'm counting 12 guys on the field for him right now, unless this other guy just walked out on the field from the sideline.
Now our law on the field. Yep, it is going to be too many men on the field on Spearfish. So, wow, on 4th and inches.
Ouch.
Not even a jump off sides. It's just a flat procedure penalty. It's going to give Rapid City Central a new set of downs. Of course,
that's unfortunate. When you got them stopped and they gave up in terms of going for a punt, and your personnel you don't have straightened out there. You got to have that straightened out. So,
yeah, now it's a great defensive play. Big momentum play defensively for the Spartans, and it goes all for naught. So 1st and 10, and the ball out at the 39 now for the Cobblers.
Of course, that's our law on the field, being brought to you by South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection.
Jackson in motion, and back to throw Weaver across the middle, picked off at the 50 by the Spartans, returned to the 40, 35, 30, inside of the 25, and tackled at about the 24-yard line. That's Thomas Hughes. Yeah, what a play by Hughes, that pass across the middle.
Yeah, the free safety Thomas Hughes, I believe that's his 2nd interception on the season. And Weaver flat threw it to the safety Thomas Hughes, thought he tried throwing it over the safety, and Hughes just flat picked it off. And now Spearfish, right after that, a back-breaking penalty on 4th down. Hughes makes the big play to give Spearfish the ball in plus territory.
So Hughes helping himself out, I think, there. He's the quarterback, on offense. Hey, why not pick one off on defense and give us great field position? 1st and 10, the ball at the 23-yard line of Central. Spartans trailing 3-0, just over 10 minutes to go in the first half, and Hughes wants to throw on first down. Pumps, now will run. Breaks the tackle at the 20, spun around, and now he's going to drop to a knee, and down he goes. There is a flag on the play. He got spun around, then he saw Troy Ketches coming at him, and he dropped to a knee, and I think we got an illegal procedure penalty maybe against Spearfish here.
Yep.
Legal formation, they're going to say, yeah.
So, again, another penalty. That is not helping out the Spartans at all. And, again, according to Coach Teasen in our Laying the Foundation segment, penalties is what cost the Spartans last week, especially in that last drive. Spearfish tried spiking the ball, and I learned this: if you try to spike the ball in the shotgun position, that's an illegal forward pass, a loss of down, 10-second runoff, and really just killed Spearfish's last drive to tie the game versus T area. And now we see here on that 4th down stop, that 3rd down stop, the 4th down, you had an illegal too many men on the field for Spearfish, and now their first play of the drive, another procedure penalty against the Spartans.
Ball back to the 28, so it's 1st down, 15 for Spearfish, trying to take advantage of that interception by Thomas Hughes. He's out of the gun, running back to his left Bosch. Snap, back to throw Hughes across the middle for Sire inside of the 15, but it's incomplete. That's a good throw, but Onzie Weaver had good coverage for Rapid City Central, so an incomplete pass. And that penalty is big right now for Spearfish, down 3-0. Kind of, I would guess, out of field goal range where they're at right now.
Especially with their field goal kicker out right now, and Sam Marcus.
You have a feeling the way it's going right now, this is going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
My man just came out. I wasn't even paying attention, but he just came out. That's Lewis Whirlwind Horse for the Cobblers, 6'6", 340-pound senior. He's a mountain of a man. He just came out of the game. He was in there along the defensive line. Here's the second down play for the Spartans, and movement again. It's going to be another 5-yard penalty.
Penalties. It's going to be a false start. I think it's going to be the left guard for the Spartan defense, and that left guard is Easton Walters, the junior in his second game starting as a Spartan. Moved a little early on that pull play, and what was second in a long while turned into second and about Sundance.
Yeah, if you did did not have that first penalty, they were down around the 20-yard line. They were looking at about 2nd down and 7. Now it's back after the 2 penalties, back outside of the 30. 2nd down long, rolling right as Hughes stops, throws, right sideline. That's up for grabs and almost intercepted inside of the 5-yard line. The closest player to the ball was Henry Hill, but Vavruska was the intended receiver along the sideline.
Yeah,
he wanted a penalty.
Yeah, he got trucked on the sideline, and there was no flag. You can hear the roar of the crowd, but he ended up 3 yards out of bounds.
So it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and long. The ball back at the 33-yard line. The Spartans need to reach the 13, so 3rd and 20. Trailing 3-0. An opportunity here after the Hughes interception set them up at the 23-yard line, but now they're looking at 3rd down and long. Hughes, the quarterback, running back Bosch lines up to his left. Here's the snap. Hughes rolls left, looking to throw. Now does across the field. He's got Vavruska, catches it at the 20, inside of the 15, and they're going to say out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and it looks like he's got the 1st down.
Wow. And we have another penalty as well.
Yeah, back at the 33-yard line.
Wow.
That's a great play by Hughes. He went left and threw it back across the field. He had a couple of receivers over there. But do you suppose maybe an illegal receiver downfield? No? Oh, it's against Central.
Yeah.
Personal foul against Rapid City Central. So not only does that keep the 1st down, it moves the ball 15 yards from the end of the spot. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Spartans at the 7-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal penalty against Rapid City Central. So that essence turned out to be, about a 7-yard penalty. So they have it at the 7, though, does the Spartans. 1st down and goal to go. And now they've got that chance back to get some points on the board. They've got to be thinking touchdown right now here.
You about have to, especially with a question at field goal kicker. You don't know how much you trust a kick for 3. It's a 4-down territory for Spartans.
Out of the gun, snap. Hughes fakes the handoff, keeps it himself off the right side, dragged down from behind. And that is Troy Catches coming across and bringing down Hughes. And he's a little slow in getting up. That is very close, Paul. Maybe I looked at it almost like a horse collar tackle.
I was looking around to see if there was going to be a flag on that. Just the way he went down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he kind of grabbed him around the shoulder pads or if he got him inside the collar. But yeah, it was a tough tackle. You could tell Hughes got up a little slow.
And on that play, nothing. So a gain of 0. It'll be 2nd down, goal to go for the Spartans at the 7. And right now, Hughes, they line him up over on a wing, and they go out of that wildcat. And Bosch takes the direct snap, the running back. He's hit by one of his blockers behind the line of scrimmage, and then he's dropped back at the 10. He was slowed down, and then coming up to finish him off again was Braden Isler for Rapid City Central.
And it's going to go with another penalty against Spearfish.
Yep.
That was actually the fullback, Latham Lucas, taking the snap that time. 22 and 33. They're similar, but another holding penalty against the Spartans. And again, when Spearfish, they have something rolling on offense. It's either penalties or just lack of execution. This time it was both for Spearfish. That was a 2nd and goal from the 7, turned into 2nd and goal from the 12.
That's 3 penalties now in this drive, right? 3.
Yep.
But yet they keep moving forward somehow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, they're going to mark off another 5. I was wondering if they were going to leave it there, but yeah.
Ooh, now it's back at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, 2nd down, goal to go.
Wow.
So 2nd down, goal to go. And now Hughes out of the gun. Running back lined up to his left. That is Bosch. Back to throw is Hughes. Here comes the rush. Steps up, runs. He'll be caught and brought down just shy of the 15-yard line. For a second, it looked like he might be able to turn that into a nice gainer. But there's Troy Catches. He's got some speed. He got over there in a hurry and made the tackle for the Cobblers.
Yeah, and I don't think Hughes saw Mick Bosch came open on the wheel route. He was in the middle, wide open in the middle of the Cobbler defense at about the 10-yard line and no one within about 5 yards from him, he would have had an easy touchdown. But so one thing with Thomas Hughes, he gets to have happy feet in the backfield. He knows that he can run and scramble and make something happen. But sometimes if he just goes through his second and third progressions, he would have Bosch wide open for a touchdown.
Third down, goal to go at about the 17-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go first half. 3-0 Central. Here's a handoff to Bosch, hit behind the line of scrimmage. And now the rest of the Cobblers converge to bring him down. No gain. Weaver's in the backfield. Troy catches again. Kroger's back there. And a loss on the play maybe of about a half yard. Now they're going to spot it back at the 17. So it'll be fourth down, goal to go. Okay, guys, what do? Do you go for it here in fourth and goal from the 17?
Well, I think they have to based on the whole field goal kicking situation. It looks like they're going to go.
Well, 4 receivers, 2 to each side of the field. They signal in a play. Everybody's looking at their wristband.
I don't know. I maybe take a timeout here, but we'll see what happens.
Play clock's at 10 right now. Out of the shotgun. Hughes looks over the sideline. I think they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, might be just trying to get them off sides and get a little closer on fourth down. Yep, that's what they'll do.
So a timeout taken here by Spearfish. 6:44 to go in the first half. They trail Rapid City Central 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with more high school football in 1 minute on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ Radio, and KDSJ-TV.
For 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC-certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
The Goldust Casino invites you to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Goldust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting goldustdeadwood.com.
After the timeout on fourth down and goal to go from the 17, a pass into the end zone by Spearfish goes incomplete. And Rapid City Central dodges a bullet after the Spartans had gotten inside of the 10-yard line. Had a first down and goal to go, but come up with nothing after that interception, too. So, a missed opportunity for Spearfish, and with 6:37 to go in the first half, Rapid City Central will get the football back, leading 3-0 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Speaking of scores in high school football, I was looking, Custer was trailing Lennox at halftime. 54-7
by a lot.
We'll check a couple of other scores. Sturgis, I think, is up 14-0 on Douglas in their game. So here we go. Cobblers first down from the 17-yard line. Jackson goes in motion, and Braden gets it on a handoff. He'll try to get outside, does. 20, and pushed out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Thomas Hughes over there. Thomas is all over the place. Playing quarterback, had that big interception. Did a nice job of getting Jackson knocked out of bounds before he turned the corner and went down the sideline.
Yeah, and Thomas Hughes, this is his first year playing defense. Didn't play defense at all last year, and now with the graduation to Aiden Meverden, the safety last year for Spearfish, and, of course, the first-team All-State cornerback in Dylan Doran, Hughes has had to step up. Now he's in that safety position with his twin brother Graham there at corner.
Second down, 5 to go from the 22. Snap, give, and nope, it's Weaver, the quarterback, keeping it, and he's tackled as he goes out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line, and Spearfish making that tackle was Graham Hughes. So the Hughes brothers back-to-back stops. It'll be third down and a yard to go for Rapid City Central at the 26. Right here's where you want Spearfish. If you're a Spearfish fan, you want to make this stop after giving the ball over on downs. Just get the ball back. Big play here for their defense with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. They can make a stop. They can get it back and get pretty good field position. Let's see what happens on third down and a yard to go for Rapid City Central. They'll split everybody up. 4 receivers in the pattern. Here's the snap, and it's Weaver on a quarterback keeper up the middle, fighting for that yardage, and he's got the first down. He was initially hit at about the 25, but he's able to power his way out to the 28-yard line and give Central a first down.
Yeah, that was Jack Coet again blitzing from the outside linebacker position. He had a chance to bring down Weaver in the backfield. Weaver this time broke Coet's tackle, scampered forward for about 2 more yards, and it will move the chains on 3rd and short for Rapid City Central. And they just continue to grind down this Spearfish defense. And this game is having similar feel to it as last year, Steve, as far as low scoring. Both teams, Central running the ball. Spearfish have struggled getting something going, and we'll see what will happen here in the final few minutes of the second quarter.
Here's Benbow getting the handoff for Rapid City Central on a 1st and 10 from the 28. Spearfish did a nice job there defensively and getting in the backfield. Easton Walters, the big 245-pound nose tackle, in on the stop, and actually a loss. Or actually a gain of about 2 out to the 29-yard line and be second down and about 8 to go.
Of course, coming up, we'll have our Wolves Plumbing and Heating halftime show on KDSJ. We'll recap first half, go over our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, and get you going for the second half.
Sturgis does lead Douglas 21-0, 8 minutes to go first half of that game. Here we go, second down and about 8. Throw over on the right side, caught by Onzie Weaver at the 35. Slides off a tackler along the right sideline, fights his way out across the 40 for a first down. That was a nice catch, and a run after the catch as he had to elude that first tackler there. He would have been shy, I believe, of a first down. But fought his way off and got it out across the 40 to the 41 for a Cobbler first down.
Yeah, that was Carson Sire, the corner. Again, he's had his hands full with Onzie Weaver the entire night. Weaver this time was able to spin out of a tackle of Sire, and good thing the cavalry came for Spearfish as is there a penalty on Spearfish?
There was a personal foul against I think it was a late hit out of bounds. Could have been that. So 15 more yards.
Yeah, down to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Cobblers in Spearfish territory. Getting late here in the first half, 4.5 minutes to go. Cobblers leading 3-0. And back to throw as Weaver has time. Fires a pass, and it's caught. Big hit, but it's a completion down to the 31-yard line. Well-thrown ball. Nice catch, and a nice hit there. And it's going to be Vavruska making the hit. And again, I'm having problems with that number for
I think that was
Henry Hill.
Yep,
yeah.
Henry Hill. I wonder if he has the sparkly shoes like what he had last week versus
I saw those.
Sioux Falls Roosevelt.
Yes.
But Hill with the first down, and now the chains continue to move for Rapid City Central.
So first down for the Cobblers at the Spearfish 31-yard line. I have troubles with these Central numbers. Onzie Weaver's I see really well. His 3 over there, and Kroger. But when you get a little further away, it's really hard to read their numbers. Here's the snap. They're going to throw on first down. Weaver rolls to his left, looking. Now he's going to run. 30, 25, 20, down to the 15, takes another big hit and knocked out of bounds. And it's going to be a first down for Rapid City Central. Weaver's a load. He's 6 foot, 170 pounds. And he looked like a running back there as he took that hit and got a first down. He's going to be a good quarterback for the Cobblers this year.
As that first down moves the chains for Central, easily their best drive of the game, as we are at about 3:53 left to go here in the second quarter. And of course, this game last year, Rapid City Central had a late touchdown in the end of the second half. Spearfish was scoreless, and Central went into halftime with an 8-0 lead last year. And it wasn't until midway through the second half Spearfish got going, and I believe we're going to have a timeout by the Cobblers.
3:53 to go. First half, 3-0 Cobblers. We'll take a break. Be back with more high school football in 1 minute on KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio, KOTA Rapid City.
About your roof? Don't wait for a more expensive problem. LaPrade Roofing has been the trusted name for your home roofing for more than 30 years. Don't be afraid. Go to LaPradeRoofing.com. They're committed to protecting your home with superior work and materials. Plus, they'll be your local connection with the insurance company. Call LaPrade Roofing in Spearfish for a free no-obligation estimate at 641-1770 or visit LaPradeRoofing.com. LaPrade Roofing. Satisfaction every shingle time.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. Thanks for choosing LaPrade Roofing.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let Let our family care for your family.
And we're back after that timeout. First down and 10 for the Cobblers.
There's a pass over on the right side. Weaver
Wide
caught
open.
Jackson 15-10, right sideline 5 along the sideline. Did he get into the end zone? No, out of bounds.
Wow. I thought he was
They're
in.
celebrating. I haven't seen the indication. The official looked like he
there's a
marked
flag. There's a flag. I believe.
Okay.
This is why we have Paul James being the eye in the sky.
I don't even see the flag, Paul.
You see it right there
I
on
don't.
the sideline.
No.
Holding.
Oh, so the Cobblers get a touchdown taken away.
Wow.
We were mentioning during the break, Paul, you look at the Cobbler student section. They're all in black across the way. They've got a nice following tonight with the student section from Rapid City Central.
Boy, they do indeed. And the blackout tonight, for whatever reason, here in Spearfish for the Cobbler fans. And first and 12, so I guess, right, first down and 12. They can get a first down.
Yeah, the ball now back at about the 16-yard line. So it's first and 12. Jackson looked like he had a touchdown or pretty close to a touchdown. He was tight-roping it along the sideline, but that penalty against Central. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for the Cobblers, going all white tonight. Jerseys and pants with the red helmets. Jackson over as a receiver stacked on the left side. Back to throw Weaver. He looks right, throws right, has a receiver. It's his brother Onzi, makes the catch at the 5, takes a big hit and driven backwards. But a nice play, and that's Carson Sire again making the tackle. And I'll tell you what, Central's passing attack tonight looks much different than it did last week. They didn't throw much last week. As I mentioned, their biggest play was that screen for 39 yards. They didn't go down the field like they are right now. Their offense continues to evolve. They were really good running it last week. And Coach McCulley said, we got to be successful this year. We're going to have to at some point pass. They've done a good job passing tonight.
They only need a yard.
Yep. They got 11 on that last play. So second down, 1 to go. The ball at the 5-yard line of Spearfish. Back to throw is Weaver again. In the pocket, has all day, has a receiver in the end zone, and it's broken up. And I believe it was his brother Onzi Weaver trying to slide and make that catch.
Yeah, Onzi Weaver on the reception. Last week, Trayshawn Weaver was just 3 for 5, 77 yards, only threw 5 pass attempts. Again, that one was a big 36-yard screen pass to his brother. I wouldn't be surprised if Central's already got 77 yards passing in this half alone. They've thrown the ball pretty well so far today, and just so far they've had the entire playbook open against the Spartan defense here now with a 3rd down and 1.
Ball at the Spearfish 5-yard line. Snap, Weaver, quick throw over on the left side. It's caught, and the receiver fell down. That was Henry Hill. Caught it behind the line of scrimmage at the 14-yard line, lost his footing, and that is a loss back to the 9-yard line, or 8-yard line, I should say, but that is a big play. Now they'll have to bring in the field goal unit and go for 3.
I'm surprised that they went with yes, it's only a yard, but they went with the screen pass. Especially Waylon Bembo has ran the ball very, very well today, and they go with the screen pass. And the old Tom Osborne adage, there's only 3 things that can happen when you throw the football. 2 of them are bad, as we saw right there.
Here's McCulley on for another field goal. This is a 25-yarder. He hit a 35-yarder in the first quarter. Kick is on the way, and it's going off to the right, but it's through. He made it. So McCulley, who struggled last week, has been perfect tonight. He's hit 2 field goals, and with a minute 47 remaining in the first half, the Cobblers have taken a 6-0 lead. We'll take a timeout, be back with more high school football on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ Radio, and KDSJ-TV.
See them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
And we're back, and the kickoff will be in the hands of Carson Sire, about the 25, makes his way up to the 30, and pulls tacklers all the way down to about the 34-yard line, and Spearfish will have another chance to try to put points on the board late in the first half. It's 1:42 left to go in the second quarter. Cobblers now lead 6-0 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard and the State Farm scoreboard for those listening on News Radio KOTA.
Oh, those State Farm agents, Scott Carlson, Matt McCormick. You're good neighbors, according to Arnold Schwarzenegger. 1st and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. No, Hughes going to run. He tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes at the 31-yard line.
I think that was the defensive tackle forcing the trip that time. I think that might have been Tucker Jones.
Okay, that's 62. See, I was thinking this is the numbers on these guys. That looks like 52 to me. So I'm like, who's 52? But it was Tucker Jones, you're right, making the tackle, sack actually. So it's a loss of 1, and the ball is back to the 31. 2nd and 11, minute 13 to go. Hughes takes the snap, fires this time. Vebruska catches it, 35, and he's out to about the 38-yard line. Braden Jackson is there to make the stop for Rapid City Central.
This is kind of the cat and mouse game here. Do you call a timeout? Do you try to get the first down? You can't really do anything here. 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 from about the 37, and a pass over on the left side, a little high, but a good catch.
Ooh,
and stumbling,
short.
trying to get that first down is Lathan Lucas. He had to go in the air. He came down stumbling, tried to stretch for a first down, but it looks like he came up short.
Yep, just about a half yard short.
Okay, what do you do now if you're Spearfish?
Oh,
4th
boy.
down and less than a yard at your own 42.
I wouldn't be surprised if Teason tries to get the Cobblers to jump off sides here on 4th and short, or you go on first sound and catch the Cobblers sleeping, trying to play the jump. This is gutsy, though, because if you don't get this half a yard, it's going to be first down for the Cobblers in enemy territory, already up 6-0.
And do you run that play clock down as far as you can, too? It's running right now, the clock, 35 seconds.
They play.
Yep, here's Hughes. He rolls to his left sideline. He's got the first down, scoops, goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, but got a first down with 31 seconds to go.
And you can credit Mick Bosch for that play. The running back that time, he took on 2 Rapid City Central Cobblers as took on the lead blocker, and then the linebacker, Easton Graff, came over, picked up him on that same block as well, and that block sprung Hughes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45. Snap, Hughes rolls right. Still rolling, stops, throws, almost intercepted. Henry Hill read that one. He stepped right in front of the intended receiver. He knew that was going, and Sire was the intended receiver, and that could have been scary if Henry got his hands on it and intercepted that. That might have been a return.
Yeah, that was very close to an interception for Thomas Hughes, and just another out route. Spearfish has gone to that a few times here already, and now Spearfish, you haven't had much of a vertical passing game, but there's only 26 seconds left to go, and you got a long ways to go to even think about even a field goal here in the closing minutes of the first half.
6-0 Rapid City Central. A couple of field goals by Braden McCulley tonight. Back to throw is Hughes. Throws a pass into traffic and a good catch. Short gain out to the 49-yard line. That's Vebruska, and it looks like Kroger over on the coverage. There's 16 seconds to go, and Spearfish is going to take a timeout here.
I believe it'll be their second timeout. They'll be left with one the rest of this. 16 seconds left to go in the first half, and gives us a chance to talk about what's coming up tomorrow right here on KDSJ Radio. It's Black Hills State University football. Saturday night college football. The Yellow Jackets in Michigan to take on number 3 and number 5 ranked Grand Valley State. Yeah, over there in Michigan, it's a 5 o'clock kickoff.
5 o'clock tomorrow night from Michigan. They say that their stadium, they get about 10,000 people for their games. I was talking with Coach Bresky a couple of days ago. He said they were saying for tomorrow night's game, they could have up to 15,000 people at their football game in Allendale, Michigan. It's just outside of Grand Rapids. That's pretty impressive. To have 10,000 is really good for D2 football. So they could have around 15,000. That's going to be a test for Black Hills State tomorrow night.
Especially if you look up photos of that stadium. I remember watching on film when I was a Yellow Jacket back in the time, watching a lot of film on Grand Valley State. Very impressive stadium.
Back to throw Hughes. Now he's going to run. He's to the 50. Breaks the tackle. 45. Left sideline 35. He needs to get out of bounds, and he does with 7 seconds to go as he takes it all the way down to the central 30-yard line. So nice run. Hughes having a good first half, not only offensively. Remember, he had that big interception that set him up, and they couldn't score off that. So first down, Spartans, the ball at the Central 30. Spearfish is out of timeouts. Okay. So 7 seconds to go. It says on the scoreboard they are. I not remember them taking 3.
I didn't either, but this is probably going to be the last play of the game.
Here's the snap.
The half.
Rolling to the right, Hughes. Here comes the rush, and he breaks a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet. He's inside of the 25. He's down to the 20, and that is the final play of the first half. It's a one-possession game at halftime, though. As much as Central has kind of dominated the line of scrimmage, they're only up 6-0, and we all remember what happened last year in Rapid City. So we are at halftime, 6-0. And we'll take a timeout, be back with the Wolf Plumbing and Heating halftime report right after this on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ-TV, and Black Hills Gold Hits, KDSJ.
We're back in 2 minutes.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Bold flavors with an authentic Hispanic experience at El Sombrero and Spearfish, your local family-owned and operated Mexican restaurant right here in the Black Hills. Each bite tells a story, with each entree made from scratch, all from passed-down traditional family recipes. Enjoy their extensive drink selection, and they can even cater to your next fiesta. Good food, good friends, good times. Stop in at 701 North 5th Street in Spearfish, and welcome to El Sombrero, where there's always a place to hang your hat.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of tons. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
And in for Cody Oliver, the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, it's the trifecta of Clayson Davis, Steve Ammerman, and Paul James here with KDSJ Sports. It's 6-0. At halftime, brought to you by Wolf's Plumbing and Heating in Spearfish. Call 642-5755 or see more at wolfph.com. And with a little game recap, send it over to our buddy Steve Ammerman with the first half.
2 field goals in the first half for Rapid City Central. They lead 6-0. Braden McCulley, who struggled last week, not struggling tonight kicking the ball. I know the last week was his first game as a Cobbler. He's a sophomore. He nails a 35-yard field goal with 5:11 remaining in the first quarter to get Central on the board. That capped a 27-yard drive for Rapid City Central, gave them a 3-0 lead. And then he connected again late in the first half with 1:47 to go in the second period. He hit a 25-yard field goal, capping a 78-yard drive. If you remember, that was the drive that they started after Spearfish had gotten inside of the 10-yard line, first down and goal to go, and drive. They had some penalties, stalled out. They went for it on 4th and goal from the 17, didn't get it. Central took over, and they move it down the field about 78 yards, and McCulley nails the field goal. So that's it. 6-0 is the score here at halftime between Rapid City Central and Spearfish. So your thoughts, guys, on this first half?
Paul, what do you think up there with our eye in the sky on KDSJ-TV?
Well, if I'm Rapid City Central, I'm thinking, what happened here? We kind of did control things. We had many opportunities, but yet if we give up one touchdown, we're behind. So actually, fortunate for Spearfish, this could be much worse. This could be 14-0. This could be 17-0 or even 21-0. So the Spartans, of course, helped themselves out at times here and there and then shot themselves in the foot here and there with those penalties. Some very, very costly penalties as they've got to try to figure out how to clean some of that up. And again, of course, only the second game of the season, but you only get so many games before things start to look, down, especially when it comes to having a couple losses in the loss column. So got to quickly work to clean that up, and we'll see what Spearfish has in store for the second half. They came up much better, much bigger in the second half against T-Area in their first game of the season. They're going to need to do that again tonight.
Okay, I want to get you guys' thoughts on that last drive that they got the field goal on at the end of the half. Remember, they had 3rd down and goal to go at the 5. 3rd down and 1, at the 5.
Yep.
Kind of surprised they threw that little screen pass where they lost yardage, and then on 4th down they kicked the field goal. Kind of a little surprised they didn't run the ball with maybe Benbow up the middle. 1 yard and had 2 plays to get it. It could, like Paul was saying, it could be the score a little bit larger. I think they have an opportunity to get a touchdown in that drive. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think you're getting a little too fancy maybe there where you're, do we need that much misdirection? Do we need to get them thinking, oh, they're going to run the ball and then pass it? Then that's what happens. So sometimes you can outthink yourself as a play caller, and I think maybe if they could do that one over again, they'd like to hand that ball off.
And honestly, Hill was open. So if he would have kept his feet, we probably wouldn't be talking about this at all.
Right.
But
exactly. But when you hand off, of course, more sure thing. You get your momentum moving forward. You only need a yard, and of course, Hill slips and falls down.
Yeah, and especially Bembo's been running the ball well. Even on first contact, he falls forward 1 or 2 yards at least,
exactly.
And it was 1st and inches. So, surprised by that, and we might have a little keep that in mind on that little play depending on how this game turns out.
So 6-0 halftime score. And what I've been impressed with Rapid City Central, they are with their physical style of play. Of course, they're an 11 AAA team. They are playing football again like an 11 AAA football program. They're strong up front. They established the line of scrimmage, and you can really see that they're getting to that style of play again at Rapid City Central.
And it's, again, really great for West River football in general because, you could argue that Stevens is kind of turning into that now, but Central used to be the punching bag in a Class AAA. It used to be pretty much some other team's bye week. As far as, especially in a AAA schedule, there's only 9 teams in Class AAA, so one of them's not making the playoffs, and years past, it was always Rapid City Central. So if you're one of the other 8 teams, you were pretty much guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. Well, not this year, as, again, it's the first time since 2018 that Central's 1-0, and a lot of good things is coming for the Rapid City Central squad. And it'll be interesting to see how they do the rest of this game and what Coach McCauley has in store for the rest of the 2025 campaign.
All right, 6-0 halftime score. They got the Hall of Fame ceremonies going on here. We'll take a look at the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard / State Farm scoreboard as we continue with more on the Wolf Plumbing and Heating halftime report in 2 minutes on Black Hills Gold Hits, KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio KOTA.
Todd Poling and the A&W team are excited to be bringing the classic A&W brand back to Spearfish in the Northern Black Hills. And they're even more excited to be cheering on the Spearfish Spartans. Stop in for delicious burgers, chicken tenders, cheese curds, and of course their world-famous root beer made fresh in-house every day. Scan the QR code on your screen or mention the code Spartans25 for 10% off orders all day, every day. A&W and Spearfish, inside Walmart on 1st Avenue. Let's go Spartans!
Hillen Optical has been helping families see clearly for over 50 years. They're more than just an eye care center. They're part of your community, committed to keeping your family's vision healthy and strong. From kids' first eye exams to the perfect frames for every family member, they're here to make your experience easy. affordable, and comfortable. Come visit Pillin Optical, where your family's vision is their top priority, because seeing life's special moments starts with healthy eyes. Pillin Optical, caring for your family one pair of eyes at a time.
Find your ride and drive for less in a one-owner Junix certified pre-owned vehicle. Inspected by Junix technicians and protected by a 6-month limited powertrain warranty. Drive home a 2020 Chevy Traverse Premier as low as $25,895. A 2023 Ford Escape ST as low as $23,995. Or a 2023 Nissan Rogue as low as $21,495. Visit Junix.com to see what's available. Then schedule a test drive to see what's possible at Junix Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on West Jackson and Spearfish.
Make
In a world of few guarantees, Jake's Collision Repair stands behind all of their work with a lifetime guarantee. Jake's Collision Repair uses only original parts made by your vehicle's manufacturer instead of lower quality aftermarket parts. Certified technicians work with the latest state-of-the-art equipment, and Jake's Collision Repair is preferred by most insurance companies and works with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair, 2416 Junction Avenue in Sturgis and 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish.
And unfortunately, it's not Cody Oliver giving us the scoreboard, but though Code Red is keeping us on the radio waves at KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and also online at KDSJ980.com and the mobile app. And I'm going to give Paul James the credit for keeping us on KDSJ-TV. And of course, Jim Callis keeping us on News Radio KOTA, joining us with this broadcast here tonight. And speaking of KOTA, the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Ammerman from KOTA Radio here in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth with some scores with our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Okay, there's one thing that I want to say. It is Hall of Fame night here at Spearfish. They inducted 3 people into their Sports Hall of Fame, I believe. I had 2 kids that went to Spearfish High School and graduated from Spearfish High School, and they were in athletics. And I know how important KDSJ Radio has been to Spearfish High School athletics through all of the years, from back when Al Decker ran the station and owned the station. And he had a young man that he hired that worked for him and did a ton of Spearfish High School games, and he still does them. I listened to or watched him do volleyball a couple of nights ago on KDSJ-TV, and we're talking about Code Red, Cody Oliver, and my nomination to be a member of the Spearfish Sports Hall of Fame should be Cody Oliver.
I second this. I second this.
He's done this for so long. He put so much time into Spearfish High School athletics, and he is a person that deserves to be in their Sports Hall of Fame. Code Red's the best, man. All right, here we go. Some scores. Sturgis 21, Douglas nothing. That game's at halftime. Huron leading Pierre 7-0. That game's at halftime. Yeah. Yankton 17, Watertown 14. Less than a minute to go in the first half of that contest. You know, Rapid City Central is the only 11 AAA team playing. They all play tomorrow, including Rapid City Stevens. Some 11A scores. Lennox beat Custer tonight, 66-13. Vermilion shut out Lakota Tech, 55-0. Rapid City Christian is at number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Christian. At halftime, it is Christian leading. That would be Sioux Falls, 48-7.
Ouch.
Next week on KOTA, we'll have Rapid City Christian's game out at Hart Ranch against a really good Del Rapids team. Some 11B scores. Wagner, the Red Raiders, ranked number 2 in 11B. They're good. They're leading Hot Springs 22-7. That game is at halftime. Bridgewater Emory lead Deadwood 20-0. That game is at halftime. St. Thomas More, they will not lose a game the rest of the season unless it's in the playoffs. Their schedule is very favorable right now, and they're playing well. They lead Chamberlain 14-0. That game is at halftime. So that's kind of my the Elk Point Jefferson, the number 1 team. There's 2 polls now, isn't there, in South Dakota?
Yeah, there is. There's the power poll, and then there's the media poll.
Yeah. And Elk Point Jefferson's number 1 in the media poll. St. Thomas More in the power poll.
Power poll, yep.
EPJ is leading MVP. Okay, let's see what Paul knows about high school football. 18-6. Okay, Paul, who's MVP?
Oh, gosh.
Not to put you on the spot
I did know that because because it was kind of the joke, MVP, haha. But, who is it? Tell me.
Mount Vernon playing.
Mount Vernon, yes. I should have known that.
Winners losing again tonight. They're
really?
falling. Groton area leads them 15-14. That's in the third quarter. A couple of 9-man scores. Hill City, ranked in AA, they're leading Dupree 38-0. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Some 9A scores. We got Lemon McIntosh over Gettysburg, the Battlers, 22-0. 11 minutes to go in that contest.
The home of Cody Oliver, Lemon McIntosh.
Is he in their Hall of Fame?
Should be.
Okay. Cody, I'm going to get you into some sort of a Hall of Fame tonight.
We're going to make you famous by the end of this broadcast, Cody.
Here's another team that Cody's done a million games for. Who do you guys think I'm going to say?
Harding County Bison.
You got it. They lead New Underwood 32-14. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter of that game. No score on Wall, Kadoka area. We did Wall first game of the year on KOTA. They played Phillip. Wall is really good.
They're very, very good this season.
They have a little bit of everything. They're a 9-man football team that has speed, but they also have big guys, and they can block, and they can control the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty good in 9-man when you can do both, be power and speed. So that's a look at the scoreboard.
Awesome. As both teams warm up, we got about no minutes until I wonder if they have that 3-minute timeout.
Yep, there it is. Went up.
3-minute timeout, so we're going to be back in 2 minutes with the second half kickoff as you are watching and listening to Spearfish Spartans and Rapid City Central Cobblers football on News Radio, KOTA, KDSJ Radio, KDSJ980.com, and KDSJ-TV. We're back in 2 minutes.
Better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made-to-order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
If it can be imagined, it can be created. Eaton Construction and Belle Fourche specializes in site development for your next commercial project. Size is no issue. Earth moving for grading on any level. Utility installation for single projects or entire subdivisions. Whatever the project, Eaton Construction has it handled. Gravel hauling. Construction of roads from scratch and down to basements. You know who you need for the job. Eaton Construction. Call 605-210-2223 today. That's 605-210-2223. Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
And we're back with the second half, just moments away from kicking off. Spearfish, they deferred the coin toss, so they will receive the second half kickoff. Rapid City Central, 2 field goals on the Junix Chrysler and State Farm scoreboard to take a 6-0 lead at halftime. Again, this game eerily similar to last season. Rapid City Central, they were up 16-0 at one point, and then Spearfish running back Hunter Walters, 185 total yards of rushing last year. And Spearfish came back and won that game and won the Rushmore Bowl, 26-22 final. I'm pretty sure these Central kids remember that as well, as they were in the middle of that long losing streak. They did end up breaking it later in the season, but they lost to a AA opponent, and only 3 AAA schools lost to a AA opponent last season, and Rapid City Central, they did not forget that.
And last week, they gained a lot of confidence with that dominating performance over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. This is a team that gained, you're right, when they lost to Spearfish, they just didn't know how to win games at that time last year. Couldn't finish that one. Things really changed. They got that first win, then finished with a win over Stevens, and they were like last week, lights out. I mean, they took care of business early in that game. So it'll be interesting to watch, and the Spearfish is going to get the ball only trailing 6-0. Here comes a kick bouncing down the field, and it gets past the two Spearfish return men, but it did make it to the end zone and will be a touchback.
That would have been very interesting if that ball died at about the 1-yard line, as if neither returners knew that it was live and walked to the sidelines. Central could have took it and probably would have scored with it, if you can do that in 11-man football at the high school level in South Dakota. If not, you get it at the 1-yard line, but the ball does bounce out of bounds, and now Spearfish. Nothing worked. Well, a few things worked as far as Thomas Hughes at quarterback, but couldn't get any drives sustained in that first half. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Teason will do here in the second half.
He sends three receivers over to the right side of the field, one to the left, out of the gun. It is Thomas Hughes taking the snap, pedaling back to throw screen. It's caught by Bosch. Bosch behind the line of scrimmage, trapped and caught and dropped for a loss back at about the 17-yard line. Did not fool the Cobblers. I believe that's Tucker Jones, 62, and on the tackle.
Yep, that was Tucker Jones, and just a simple running back screen play. Get that over-aggressive defensive line from the Cobblers too far upfield, but the second level and the likes of Bembo and Graff and Kroger were all just waiting in the wings for Mick Bosch. Loss of 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 13.
Ball back at the 17-yard line for the Spartans. Here's the snap, Hughes. And he'll give it to Bosch again. He's trapped behind the line of scrimmage again, and he's going to be dropped for another loss back at the 16-yard line. The Cobblers in the backfield, and that might have been Troy Catch. He's had a nice game. Troy Catches makes another tackle for the Cobblers.
Spartans not able to hold their blocks very long, so there's just no daylight for Bosch, and backwards the Spartans go.
A lot of size up front for Rapid City Central, so they're controlling the line of scrimmage. 2 plays and a loss of 4 yards for Spearfish here to start the second half. So the ball back now at the 16-yard line. And it's third down, actually the 17-yard line. 3rd down and 13. Snap, Hughes rolls right. Here comes the rush. He's all the way back at the 5. Now throws a pass up the field. It's caught at the 25 and tackled immediately. Bosch out of the backfield.
Nope, that is the tight end, Lathan Lucas.
Okay. And that was Onzie Weaver making the hit for Rapid City Central. So they gain yardage, but they're short of a first down by 6 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 6 to go for Spearfish, the football at their own 24-yard line.
And now we do see Sam Marcus on the field, so I wonder if there was something else that contributed to that. Again, he wasn't in the starting lineups as well. He's normally the left tackle, but an outside linebacker. Now he's back to punt, and we'll see, looks like Central back to return.
Gets a really high kick, and Henry Hill back there returning that one. Whoa.
Oh, barely got it.
Makes the fair catch at the 38. He had that one between his legs when he was falling to the field, but he still caught that as he called for the fair catch because that could have came loose. That was up there in quite a ways, Paul. I think that was higher than you on the press box.
Yeah, it was a high kick, and that's what Marcus does bring to the kicking game. he's a very good kicker, so you can only assume, and that's all we do, is that there was maybe something team wise that little what do you want to call it that they're just making him
minor
not play.
Inconvenience, we'll call it.
Yeah, they're just holding him out the first half.
First down, 10, Central. Their first possession, that double wing from the 43-yard line. Weaver takes the snap. Here's Benbow, and Benbow takes it from the 37 to the 40. He gains
2 yards.
3 yards on that play.
3 yards. As Bembo, again, we were questioning at halftime that 3rd down and short when Central was there in the Spearfish red zone. They elected to go with the bubble screen, and the wide receiver the wingback, Henry Hill, fell down, and that forced a field goal. And I wonder if they kept that in the back of their minds and want to get Bembo going. He ran the ball very hard in that first half, and Central kind of went away from him in the second quarter.
Wayland gained 2 on that last play out to the 40. Line of scrimmage was the 38, so second down and 8 to go for the Cobblers here. Early second half, 9:12 to go in the third. They lead 6-0. Snap, fake a handoff on one side. Maybe the running back, I don't know if that was design, and then having to keep the ball as Weaver, and he dives out across the 41. He turned to hand the ball off, but there was no running back. I don't know if they're trying to fake everybody out, but
I think they faked themselves out, if anything. I think that might have been just a simple read option play. Yeah. And, of course, trying to get your quarterback Weaver on the edge. Bembo went into the wrong A-gap, and Weaver handed the ball off to nobody.
Yeah, and he still was able to fall ahead, get about a yard.
Yeah, he did. So it's 3rd down and 7, the ball at the Central 41-yard line. 8:35 to go, third quarter. 6-0 Central. A couple of field goals from Braden McCulley in the first half. And Weaver will take the snap. He's going to throw on 3rd down, and he throws it over on the right side. He's got his brother Onzi, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, right sideline, 45, into Spearfish territory. Hughes knocks him out of bounds at the Spartan 41. The Weaver connection, and it's a first down for Rapid City Central, and they convert on a big, tough 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they've done that a few times back in Oceanside, California, where they used to play ball. And, again, Weaver to Weaver. Carson Sire, he's been manned up on Weaver the entire night. This time, Weaver got the best of Carson Sire, the best cornerback, cover corner for Spearfish. And now Rapid City Central converts on a 3rd and long, much like we saw Spearfish in the first half.
Weaver splits out to the left side after catching that last pass. The ball at the Spearfish 41. Isler, the receiver, to the right side. Out of that double wing snap give, it's Benbow inside of the 40. And he'll take it to about the 38-yard line. And Sam Marcus makes a tackle there. He's the first one to make the hit for Spearfish on the play.
And Marcus, that outside linebacker position, he played on the defensive line a season ago. It was actually their nose guard, kind of an undersized nose guard, able to shoot into gaps. This time got leaner in the offseason and had a little more speed and quickness to his game, so he got moved to an outside linebacker position to partner with Jack Coet in that 3-4 defense for Coach Douglas and the Spearfish Spartans.
I don't know about you, Clayson. I see more muscle on his bones as well.
Yeah,
too.
No, he's definitely looking leaner. Now it's going to bring up 2nd and medium.
2nd down, 6. Here's Jackson off the right side for the Cobblers. Gets blocked, stiff arms a defender.
Oh, Marcus.
Inside of the 35, and Marcus knocks him out of bounds, though.
So a gain of about 4 or 5. We all know that I can't do math very well.
He's going to be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. Yep. So he gets down to the 33. Need to reach just outside of the 31. So 3rd down, a little less than 2 yards to go for a Cobbler first down. That was quite a stiff arm that Marcus fought himself through to make that tackle.
We do see Mick Bosch, starting running back for Spearfish, on the sidelines getting not medical attention. I wonder if it's an equipment issue. So
I think that's Lucas.
Nope, that's Bosch.
Oh, I'm looking at Lucas in the other spot there, working with the trainer on his arm.
There's a snap. Give to Benbow. First down and more. Or actually, no, they faked it to Benbow.
Whoa.
I was watching Benbow. He faked me out, and Weaver keeps it. Yeah.
That was Weaver, and that was also the outside linebacker, Jack Coet, scooping into the backfield, tackling Weaver for a loss. That's the 3rd time that Coet has been able to shoot his way into the backfield and bring down Weaver on 3rd and short. And now, if you're Central, now you give them the question, do you go for it?
Yes.
Looks like they are.
And I run it. 4th down and 2. The football at the 33-yard line of Spearfish, and the Cobblers will go for it. Benbow is the running back.
Watch for them to go on 2 as well.
They go double wing. Here's the snap, and there's the give. It's Benbow off the right side following that big offensive line, and he's down to the 30, and that's a first down.
I don't think Central was going to make that same choice twice, as far as you got Waylon Benbow in the backfield and just bowls forward. I mean, he got hit at first at the line of scrimmage, and then he just kept trucking and then followed that big offensive line with Tucker Jones, Jack Wilhelm, and also Weston Severac, I believe is how you pronounce that name. Sturrock there at center, just bowling forward the defensive line for Spearfish, and it's going to bring up a new set of downs, and Central will just continue to grind down this Spartan squad.
And Rapid City Central, both their offensive tackles last week were hurt in the first quarter. Lane Bixby, Colt Kochel, they're both out this week, so they're going with backups. Here's the snap on first down, and it's the quarterback Weaver. He's upended as he goes inside of the Spearfish 30 down to about the 28. It's Brock Lewis, Lathan Lucas in on the tackle that time for the Spartans.
And Lucas, Class AA's leader in tackle for losses a season ago in that inside linebacker position back with his senior season. And was a little banged up versus T area. Both him and Lewis had about 80% of the tackles for Spearfish on defense a week ago. Both were a little banged up, but both are ready to go for this contest. And Lucas has had a few plays on offense. defense is going to have to buckle down against this Central rushing attack if they want to have a chance to come back in this contest down 6-0.
Second down, 8 to go. Football at the Spearfish 28. Snap, Weaver, handoff, Benbow. Ball came loose.
Ball on the ground.
I think Weaver might. Oh, Weaver did not get it back. Lucas comes out of the pile with it.
And it was just a blitz right off that left side of the offensive line. Who was that? That was Lathan Lucas shooting into the backfield. He looped around on the blitz and met Bembo right when he got the ball. And turnover for Spearfish. And that's one of the keys for Coach Teason is force more turnovers. They forced 3 last week versus T-Area. That gave them a chance to come back and win. And now Spearfish, they have the ball at about the 32-yard line and down 6-0, just a one-score game. Spearfish, they kept a T-Area scoreless and scored 14 unanswered last week in the second half. See what they can do here.
Here's the snap, and it's Hughes, the quarterback, off the right side. Hit at the 30, and down he goes.
Lost the ball. And it's going to go to Rapid City Central. Wow.
So Hughes keeps it. The ball jarred free, and Rapid City Central recovers it at the Spearfish 30. So that's the first turnover of the night for the Spartans. That fumble a play ago by Central was their second turnover of the night. But Rapid City Central comes back, and their defense makes a big play, and they'll get it back now at the 29-yard line of Spearfish with 4:36 remaining in the third quarter, leading 6-0.
I think that was Isler, the defensive end, that forced the fumble that time on the Tropical Smoothie replay. And back-to-back fumbles. Spearfish had some momentum with the turnover, and you just gave it right back to the Cobblers.
You throw here on first down.
I would.
29-yard line. Onzie Weaver over to the right side. Here's the snap. And they roll right in a penalty flag.
False start, I believe, false start on the Cobblers.
So 5-yard penalty against the Cobblers. We'll take the ball back to the Spearfish 34-yard line. What a beautiful night. It feels like fall tonight.
No, it's cold.
Is it up? It's great in the booth.
I can't feel my hands.
Yeah, right.
It's like Paul and I have no worries here in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth.
Two of my favorite places for scenery is this place. Actually, there's more than two. In the Black Hills Conference, I mean, you got Sturgis, lead Deadwood, going to Deadwood. Oh, nothing like that. Some great views. We're lucky. Here's first and 15 for Central from the Spearfish 34. Snap and Weaver throws. Slant to Weaver. That's Onzie. Hit. Breaks the tackle. Goes inside of the 15, and he's down to the 14-yard line of Spearfish for a first down.
I was wondering when they were going to go to Onzie Weaver on that outside slant route, as Sire was giving him about 5 to 10 yards worth of cushion. I didn't want to get beat deep, and Weaver just take the simple slant route, and Sire wasn't within about 5 yards from him before he could actually come up and make the tackle.
Saw Brock Lewis limp off the field there. Now he goes to the training table.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. Yep, Brock Lewis comes out of the ball game. So first down after that completion from Weaver to Weaver. The ball at the 13-yard line of Spearfish. First and 10 for the Cobblers. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. They're up 6-0. Catches in motion. Here's the snap, and it's Trayshawn Weaver. Quarterback sweep off the left side. Hit and driven back by the opposing quarterback, Thomas Hughes. What a play by Hughes.
Hughes went for the ball on that one right away more than the tackle, and then got a little help.
As Hughes last week, he had a chance to make a tackle for loss, and Flat just let go of what it looked like of the T-Area Titan that time. This time, Hughes was not going to make that same mistake twice. And again, like you said, Paul, looked like he was trying to go for the football, force the turnover, but still kept a hold of the tackle and brought down Weaver for no gain.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball at the 14-yard line of Spearfish. Weaver with Benbow lined up to his left. That double wing catches on the right side, Jackson on the left. And then Onzie Weaver over to the left side. Here's catches in motion. Low snap.
Oh, no.
And Trayshawn Weaver had to go to the turf to pick up that low snap, so he's down right there, and that's a loss. Back to the 23. Now it's third down and about 14 for Rapid City Central.
Both teams at the worst possible time have been shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fast-moving third quarter. Now with under 3 minutes left to go in the third. Usually the third quarter feels like the one quarter that seems to drag on in these games, and not this one.
Clock runs with these two, especially Central. They like to run the ball, and they chew a lot of clock off. Their first game of the year, last week. Their opening drive, they took about 10 minutes off the clock, all on the ground. So
this is just their second possession of the entire second half.
Well, here's out of the gun, a snap and a handoff. Braden Jackson.
He's got
Jackson
room.
to the 20. He's down to the 15. He's to the 10, and he's tackled inside of the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Lucas, one of the Spartans, in on the stop. And we're looking at 4th down and 4. I think they're going to try another field goal and try to make it a 2-possession game.
We got a flag down.
Oh, yeah, inside of the 10.
Holding.
So never mind. We'll do it again on 3rd down.
Wow. That now pushes them back a little bit. It'll be 3rd down. And the ball now will go back to the Spearfish 22-yard line.
20, yeah.
They need to get to the 4, just inside of the 4 for a first down. So 3rd down and 18. That got them right where they wanted to be as far as going for a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're pushed back a little bit. McCauley did hit a 35-yarder back in the first quarter.
And again, Powell shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
You almost wonder if that you wanted to accept that penalty, and now you give Central another chance to convert on 3rd down.
Well, here's the snap. Weaver back to throw. Here comes the rush, and they're going to sack him back at the 28-yard line and firing through there for Spearfish.
That is Zaya Tofi.
Yeah. Great job. Well, now I think that takes him out of field goal range.
I just ate my question that I gave moments ago of why do you accept that penalty. Now you figure out why as you took your kicker out of field goal range with that sack. And are they going to try it?
Well, McCauley's their punter, too. I'm trying to see if they got a holder there.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and
yeah, they are. This is going to be a 45-yarder.
All right.
Oh, boy,
so
here we go.
McCauley will try a 45-yard field goal, 1:22, clock running, late 3rd quarter.
Well, you got to watch a fake here. You just never know.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go.
Can't hit the kicker either.
Here's the snap. It's good. Placement's down. McCauley's kick's on the way. It's off to the left and short, and there is, it's middle of the field and short, but there is a penalty flag. And the Central players are clapping their hands. Well, the penalty was on Central.
It's on Central, yeah.
So for Spearfish, you decline that penalty, of course, and take over. So the Spartan defense keeps it a 1-possession game. They trail 6-0.
Needed a stop when they needed to, and, of course, that fumbled snap definitely did not help out Central. And then false start, a holding penalty, pushed them back more. Zaya Torfey coming in with the sack from his nose tackle position. And Spearfish with another big stop in plus territory, I'm trying to say. It's much like what they did last week versus T-Area. Now, if you're a Spartan fan, can you turn it into offense? They have kept the transmission stuck in reverse, really, since the second quarter.
Why did the ball go back to the 20?
Yeah, high school, I think, is a different. I was thinking the same. Now they're going to get great field position, but high school, I think they take it back to the 20-yard line. Yeah.
The more you know.
I just showed up. I missed the production meeting.
I'm just guessing.
We just work here.
Out of the shotgun, here's the snap and the handoff, and it's Bosch breaking one tackle and getting out to about the 22-yard line. Short gain on the play. And that was Kroger coming up to make the tackle for Rapid City Central. Inside of a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. So really, Spearfish, guys, they're one play away from leading this football game.
Yes.
One big play. And Hughes, he's got the ability to get to the outside. He's dangerous. 2nd down, 8, out of the gun. Ravruska in motion from left to right. Here's the snap. Hughes handoff. Bosch again. 25.
He's got room.
35, 40, and he's going to be brought down out at the 44-yard line. That almost was that one big play.
And that time, Spearfish with a 2 tight end set sent Ravruska in motion and might have held up the linebackers a bit and gave a chance for those linemen to make their way up to the linebackers for really the first time tonight. That sprung Bosch for his largest run of the game.
Big first down out at the 44-yard line for the Spartans. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to have a great finish to this football game, I believe.
Yes.
So the clock runs, and will Spearfish just... Well, they got to run a play. There's 9 on the play clock. Here's the snap, and it's Bosch again, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that's the big guy that we were talking about earlier.
You can't
the
miss
mountain
him.
of a man, Lewis Whirlwind Horse, 6'6", 340. In the backfield on the final play of the quarter, and a loss on the play for Spearfish. So we played 3 at Lyle Hare tonight, 6-0. Rapid City Central over Spearfish. Back with the 4th quarter in 1 minute on Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio, KOTA Rapid City.
Dry, safe, secure, and affordable. That's what False Bottom Creek Containers and Storage is all about. New or used, multiple size and door options. We've got the perfect storage container for you, and we can even deliver it with no special equipment needed. You can buy or rent, it's available on-site, or we can bring it right to you and set it up where you need it. We offer flexible storage for every need, and Kelly the Container Queen is in the office and ready to help. Give us a call today at 605-641-1555 or visit our website at fbccontainersandstorage.com.
It's not one, but two great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
In for Cody Oliver, Steve Ammerman, Clayson Davis, and Paul James, beginning of the fourth quarter, and we started with, guess what, another flag.
It's on Spearfish. They lost a yard on that first down play, so it was 2nd and 11. Now it's 2nd down and 16. The ball, Spartans have it at their 38-yard line now as we start the fourth quarter.
It is feeling a little chilly with this little draft coming in the window.
Oh, you hush up down there.
I think 38, maybe lower. In some areas.
According to my watch, it's only 59, but the low is 40 for Spearfish.
Yep, chilly.
2nd down, 16. Snap, Hughes rolls left, looking to throw, does down the left sideline, and it is incomplete at the 33-yard line of Rapid City Central.
That was 2nd down. It's going to bring up 3rd down. That's Jack Coette, the intended receiver. Turned receiver, was the starting quarterback last week versus T, was knocked out of the game. Separated his shoulder, from what I heard from Coach T's and multiple Spearfish parents I talked to on Tuesday in preparation for the Spearfish Hill City volleyball contest. And now 3rd down and long. Unfortunately for Spearfish, 3rd and long is where they've had most of their production.
That was Trayshawn Weaver on the coverage that's last time over on the right corner. 3rd down, 16. Rolling right is Hughes, the quarterback. He thinks about running now, throws a pass that's almost intercepted. I don't know if he's trying to throw that to Lucas or throw it into the ground.
I think he was trying to throw it into the ground,
and
but
he
almost
dug it out.
About threw it straight to Braden Jackson.
So it's going to be 4th down and 16, and Spearfish will have to punt. We're early in the fourth quarter, 11:47 to go. 6-0 Central. That was the halftime score. A couple of field goals tonight by Braden McCulley. That's been it.
And Spearfish only had they had 3 possessions there in the third quarter. Rapid City Central only had 2.
Both teams turned it over one time in the third quarter, actually on back-to-back plays. Here's a high kick from Marcus, very high. Under it is Jackson.
Whoa,
called for the fair catch and makes it a 20. That baby was up there.
Yeah, that was easily above my head. I had to look up for that.
And if Jackson just happened to fumble that, Spencer Marta was right there for the Spartans. That would have gave the Spartans great field possession here in the final quarter.
Well, Jackson, as a return man, has to adjust. We have a new punter here in the second half. If you remember in the first half, the punter for Spearfish was hitting those low-lying drivers that were bouncing down
Brock Lewis didn't hit it more than about 10 yards on the top of the turf.
So the Cobblers will take over at the 19-yard line. 11:39 left to play.
Of course, coming up, we'll have our El Sombrero post-game show, new to KDSJ Sports here this fall. And we'll recap this contest, look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, and name a superior performer for this contest.
Trayshawn Weaver and the Cobbler offense back out on the field, 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. 2 receivers each side of the field. Here comes Jackson in motion from left to right. They hand it off to him. Sweep off the right side, 20. And Sire comes up and makes a nice open field play. Does not allow him to turn the corner, and he gained about 3-4 yards out to near the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Jackson, he has speed, and you have him go in motion. Weaver, he gave the play away really to the entire state. He held the ball out there in front of him for at least 3 seconds before Jackson got there to receive it. But even with that long delay, Jackson was able to use his speed and get a gain of about 5.
Now, if you're Central here, you probably want to be a little conservative. Spearfish has already picked the ball once, and you don't want to pick 6 here if you're Central.
2nd down, 5 to go. Football at the 24-yard line for the Cobblers. Benbow in the backfield. Here's the snap to Weaver. He's going to throw. Slant across the middle. Caught. Hill breaks the tackle 30. Spins out across the 35 and to the 39-yard line for a Cobbler first down.
Yeah, Henry Hill, that slant pattern again. They threw one earlier to Weaver, and now we have another slant pattern to Hill, and he took it forward for a Rapid City Central first down.
Okay, get you guys' thoughts. I thought maybe the Central line, their size, and how they can dominate up front might wear Spearfish down as the game has gone along. I don't think so, though. Do you?
Doesn't seem to have happened. I look back to last year when Spearfish had quite a size disadvantage against a lot of teams, in particular T-Area the first game of the year, and they won that game.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The ball at the 39-yard line. Jackson in motion. Snap, back to throw Weaver, trying to set up a screen. Eludes a defender behind the back line of scrimmage. Now throws a soft pass across the 50, and it's caught by Hill at the 44. That was a tremendous play by the Cobbler quarterback.
I don't know how, and Sam Marcus is kicking himself because Marcus had him dead to rights about 8 or 9 yards in the backfield, and he was able to duck underneath the tackle of Sam Marcus, escape a few more Spartans, and then Hill was wide open in the middle of that field, and he barely caught that ball, too. Was a little in front of him. Hill, great adjustment by him to make the catch. And now Central in plus territory with already a 6-0 lead. A score here would be huge. Spearfish has not been able to get anything on offense, and Central is just going to grind the clock down.
That was a great touch by Weaver. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Spearfish in Rapid City Central. Going to take a timeout. So the Cobblers will take one. We got 10-12 to go. They lead 6-0, and we'll be back with more high school football in 1 minute on News Radio KOTA, Black Hills Gold Hits KDSJ, and KDSJ-TV.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
And we have a 1st and 10 for the Cobblers as we return to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. 1st and 10 at the Spearfish 43. It's a sweep off the left side with quarterback Trayshawn Weaver. He's to the 40, to the 39, and brought down there by the Spartans' Cade Vavruska. So nice game. They're getting good yardage on first down right now. 5 yards pretty much every time for Central. So they got second down and about 5 to go.
This might be the first sign of wear and tear for Spearfish. Yeah, they're holding up at the point of attack, but when they get to the ball carrier, they're almost just running into him instead of trying to wrap up and tackle him low. And as we see Vavruska that time, he just had a high tackle on the ball carrier, and he was able to dive forward for 1 or 2 more yards after contact.
Central can be very patient, and they're good at this, what they're doing right now. They just showed it last week. 9.5 minutes to go, clock running. They take their time. They're up to the line of scrimmage, maybe taking too much time, and they're going to get a delay of game penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, they were very patient there, and they're going to get a delay of game penalty. That's big.
Said this a time or two. Penalties on both teams. Timely penalties whenever Central's got something going, which is multiple times here tonight on offense. It's usually a penalty or a dropped snap that kind of puts the drive off the rails.
So the ball back to the 44-yard line of Spearfish. It'll be 2nd down and 11 to go for the Cobblers. And Weaver went over to the sideline, got a play, back to the huddle.
Again, reminder, tomorrow, listen to Steve Ammerman from the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth for Black Hills State University football versus Grand Valley State.
2nd down play. Here comes Weaver. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he'll run for maybe a yard. Lucas was there to make the stop. Good job by Spearfish. And that penalty now all of a sudden is big, because now we're looking at 3rd down and 10 for the Cobblers just a few moments ago. It was 2nd down and about 5 to go.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the Cobblers, they have shown they've been able to put it in the air and with some success as well, with a few slant patterns complete to Hill and Weaver. And it'll be interesting to see how much cushion that these Spearfish DBs are giving to the Cobblers, and it looks like about 5 yards each.
3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line. A lot of guys up near the line of scrimmage. Snap to Weaver. Drops back. Hit as he throws.
Oh, man.
Pass incomplete. Boy, he got nailed, and he's
Weaver
slow in getting
got drilled by, I think that was either Sam Marcus or Cade Vavruska.
I think it was Vavruska.
Wow. Check it out on the Tropical Smoothie Sports replay. Yeah, no, that was Marcus. As the running back had to pick Marcus or Vavruska, they went for Vavruska, the outside guy, and Sam Marcus came in and absolutely drilled Weaver.
So it's 4th down, 4th and 10, and Central's going to punt. Again, that penalty was big, and then 2 big plays defensively followed up by the Spartans there and got pressure on the quarterback. Incomplete pass, so 4th and 10. And in is McCauley to punt it. Return man is back at the 5-yard line for Spearfish.
Cade Vavruska.
Here's the snap, and McCauley gets away the kick barely.
It might have been partially blocked.
I think it was blocked.
Might have been deflected there. It's going to roll down inside of the 20-yard line.
It was still a good block based on that was Graham Hughes shooting in there for the Spartans, and he might have had a finger on it. It wasn't a very high punt, but the roll definitely helped out the Cobblers. And now Spearfish, you have the ball deep in your own territory. You have 8:22 left to go to get a touchdown and kick an extra point, and you take the lead.
Yeah, ball at the 13-yard line, and that is where Spearfish takes over. Trailing 6-0. Our only points tonight, Braden McCauley, a first quarter 35-yard field goal, and a late second quarter field goal of 25 yards, and that's it. 6-0 Rapid City Central on a couple of field goals. 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 13. Man in motion. Lines up over the wing on the right side. Here's the snap. Bobbled a little bit, but they give it to Bosch, and there's some running room. Straight up the middle, across the 20. Out to the 25 to the 26 for a first down. Boy, the play didn't start well, but it ended well.
Yeah, Mick Bosch, he has a lot of power for only being 175 pounds and 5'6".
Oh, look at there's some laundry on the field.
Of course there is. It's a legal holding against Spearfish.
Ouch, ouch, ouch for the
penalties,
Spartans.
penalties, and more penalties on both teams. Yep. Penalty last drive for Central derailed their drive, and now Spearfish, they had about a 15-yard carry by Mick Bosch, and it goes all for nothing. And now they are very deep in their own end zone.
Back to the 7. They need to reach the 23 for a first down. All right, 23, so 16 yards to go for a first down. 1st and 16 for the Spartans. Wipes out a nice run by Bosch, and they fake it to him, and keeping it is Hughes. Caught, breaks a couple of tackles back to his left towards the middle of the field, and he runs out across the 20. He's to the 30, to the 40. He's going to go all the way. 15, 10, 5, Spartan touchdown, and we are tied.
Holy, it took one play. And there's laundry again.
I see a flag at the Central 48-yard line. What a run. What an effort there on that 93-yard run.
Yep, but it's going to be all for nothing, I believe.
Oh, my.
There's a flag at the 48-yard line of Rapid City Central. He was –
it might be sideline warning on Spearfish.
Yep.
Touchdown's good. Sideline warning on Spearfish. Yep. It's going to stand. We're tied, folks.
6-6 with 7:53 to go. We talked about it. One big play for the Spartans. And how about that?
Again, we're tied. Spearfish has not taken the lead yet. They still have to get the extra point, which they do have their kicker and Sam Marcus back. Extra points for Spearfish. Love-hate relationship, as it almost lost them the game last season versus number 1 ranked at the time, Watertown. Spearfish went on to win that game, but it also helped them beat teams like Huron in T area. So Marcus on to kick the go-ahead extra point.
This to give Spearfish a 7-6 lead with 7:53 remaining in the game. Snap, placement kick, up, and no good.
Wow.
Missed it. Off to the left. We remain tied. 6-6 with 7:53 to go. We'll take a timeout. Be back to more high school football in 1 minute on Black Hills Gold Hits, KDSJ, KDSJ-TV, and News Radio, KOTA Rapid City.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Spartans. 96-yard touchdown run by Thomas Hughes, the quarterback. Extra point was missed, so guess what? We're still tied. 6-6 with the kickoff.
Marcus's kick going to be fielded at about the 12. This is Braden Jackson out to the 20. Jackson across the 25 and upended at about the 28. Ball might have came free.
It might have for a moment, and Central will retain possession. And now, if you're Central, you've really controlled this game the entire game, minus one play, and we're tied.
Here, I'm going to ask this question. How much of a difference has Sam Marcus made coming back here in this second half?
Oh, it's been huge.
It kind of looked like a, disciplinary thing or whatever in the first half. Again, I'm just guessing. But he's come in. He has laid some licks on some guys. He hit the quarterback the last series of downs. We'll see what happens here.
He also did miss the extra point, too, so he did make an impact
there
as well.
Yeah.
Not to be that guy.
No, I know.
First and 10 Cobblers from the 30, and there's a penalty flag. They hand it off to Hill off the right side. He's hit hard. Actually, he initiates some of the contact on that play.
He was the hammer.
Yes, he was. Again, there's a flag over here on the near side of the field, our side of where we're broadcasting at. So
false start.
Legal motion, I believe,
Penalties hurting both teams.
Penalties, more and more penalties.
So that's a 5-yard penalty. We'll take it back to the 25-yard line for the Cobblers. First and 15. Again, 7:40 to go. If you just joined us, it's been Central ahead the entire game on a couple of field goals, 6-0. But Spearfish gets that long touchdown run by Hughes just a few moments ago that tied it up. They missed the extra point. So it's 6-6 on the State Farm scoreboard. Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Talk about a roller coaster for both teams.
I think we got more of that ride coming here with 7:25 to go as the clock runs. That double wing look. First and 15 for Rapid City Central. Hill goes in motion. They fake it to him, give it to Jackson. Jackson off the left side, and that doesn't fool Lewis. He's right there for Spearfish.
Let's think about Sam Marcus as well, the outside linebacker.
So also, am I saying his name right? I think Reese Batts. Or Batts?
Yep,
Is it Batts?
Yeah. Like baseball bat.
Okay. Yeah, he was in on the play.
Paul, you would like that reference.
Paul's an old baseball guy.
Steve's an old baseball guy.
Everyone here is good at. I was hired into the baseball deal. I'm a rodeo kid. I knew nothing about baseball until I started working here.
Hey, you know what? We covered rodeo too.
We did
with KDSJ-TV.
Yeah, and I think we're going to do it again this spring.
How about that?
Yellow Jacket Stampede.
So second down. And about 13 to go. The ball at the 27-yard line for the Cobblers. Here's the snap and the give.
Ball.
Did that come loose again on the handoff?
I think it was loose. Bembo got back on it, but the Spartan defense, and that was, I think, Jack Coet and the linebacker.
Boy, the
Lucas.
The momentum here is just, the swing of it has just been ridiculous. You see kind of Rapid City Central looking a little flat right now, and just not a lot of nice reaction from them. They're running into each other on some of their plays and not really going for much plus yardage, working from behind the sticks because of a penalty. And
that last play lost a yard, so it's third down and 14 for Rapid City Central. 5:53 to go in the game. 6-6.
I'd look for Weaver if I'm Central.
Back to throw is Weaver. He'll throw it right side for his brother Onzi. Makes the catch and goes out of bounds, and he's shy of a first down. That was a good catch along the sideline.
Yeah, great catch over there.
But he's about 3 yards short of a first down. He's out to the 37, needed the 40. So it'll be 4th down for Rapid City Central.
Yeah, just a simple comeback route, as Sire was not going to allow Weaver to beat him deep, gave him quite a bit of cushion, and with that cushion, you're going to give the wide receiver some room to cut back, and he did, but he was out a little farther back than I thought.
Is that the punting? Is that the punting unit out there?
Yes,
Steve.
Yep.
The offense was really trying to talk their coach into going for it. The quarterback was standing, not coming off the field, and then finally they brought the punter in.
They're going to have enough time.
And McCauley gets away the kick with 0 on the
big kick.
A nice high kick. And it's going to be fair caught at the 31 by Vavruska, and that is where Spearfish will take over. We got 5:36 remaining in the game as far as timeouts go. Spartan's got all 3 left, while Rapid City Central has 2 timeouts left here in this 6-6 tie.
I do want to have a quick shout out on KDSJ-TV. Jason Olson tuning in. Thanks for leaving us a comment, a little comment, Jason, from Windham, Minnesota. And also Charlie McDonald rooting on her Cobblers. His Cobblers, excuse me. I couldn't see the profile picture.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 31, a give, and it's Bosch, and then he's driven back by 3 white-jerseyed Rapid City Central Cobblers. I believe Easton Graff was one of them.
And I think it was the Mountain Among Men Whirlwind
Whirlwind Horse, yes. He's getting quite a bit of playing time along that defensive line tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, guys, I got to bust out my Minnesota Vikings gloves.
Is it that cold out there,
Paul? It's a little
Paul?
chilly up here. I can't feel my fingers, so.
I thought I saw some flurries. 2nd down 10 from the 31-yard line now for Spearfish. Here's the snap. They give it to Bosch again, up the middle 35, and upended at the 40-yard line.
Well, they gave him a good spot on that man. Well, he kind of rolled over the defender.
Mm-hmm. He rolled forward, and now you see Bosch kind of start to gash the Cobblers here on the running game, as Bosch, he couldn't get any positive yards if his life depended on it in the first half.
9-yard pickup, 3rd down and very short. Between the 40 and 41, they need to reach the 41 for a 1st down. Hughes will take the snap, fake it to Bosch, rolls to his right, now runs forward, and
he's got it.
He's got the 1st down, still fighting, and brought down at the 43-yard line. Now you got to make sure you hold on to the ball so they don't strip it.
If I'm Hughes, I'm down. I'm going down. I don't care what I got to do. I got to get down.
You about have to at that point, as Hughes already put it on the ground once this game, and he does get the 1st down, and you don't want to fight too much and just live to have another down.
4:22 now remaining in the game. And a fresh set of downs for the Spartans. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Again, 6-6 is the score.
What a game.
Yep. Hughes out of the gun, takes the stamp. Here's Bosch again off the left side, 45, and he's tackled near the 50-yard line over in front of the Rapid City Central bench.
Lots of room on that left side. You see the left side with the left tackle as now Eastern Walters. The left guard comes up a little gimpy, but Sam Marcus then at left tackle helping cave in that left side. And now we'll see Reese Batts comes in at the left guard. Clock continues to run. Now, nope, that was out of bounds. 4:06 left to go here in the game.
Ball at the 49-yard line after that 6-yard pickup. Hughes will take the snap. He's going to run to his left. He's behind the line of scrimmage now, heads upfield. Gets across the 50 to about the 49-yard line of Rapid City Central. And Whirlwind Horse was one of the men on the tackle. The guy that hit him first is slow and getting up, and he'll come out of the ballgame. That would be Jack Wilhelm.
Yep.
Jack's going to take himself out of the game, and that is a gain to the 49-yard line of Central. It's 3rd down and 2 for Spearfish, and the clock running. 3:38 left to play in the game. Big 3rd down play for Spearfish here at the 49-yard line.
They're letting the clock run.
Yeah, the play clock is down to 10.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if Spearfish would even go for it if they don't get it here on 3rd down. It's going to be
penalty flag here as Vavruska came in motion.
That's going to be big if it's against Spearfish. And it will.
Some movement up front on the Spartans. Wow.
False start. What was 2nd down and 3 turns into 2nd and 8.
Well, we've
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, yeah.
And we've talked about it this whole second half. Penalties are hurting these teams, and that's a big one. 3rd down now. The ball is back at the Spearfish 46. They need to reach the 47-yard line of Central for a 1st down. Clock runs again. 3:15 left to go. Here's the snap to Hughes. Hughes looking to throw. Rushes on. Thomas can't find anybody. He runs. He's to the 50. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line of Rapid City Central. Big run by the quarterback of the Spartans.
And that is what Thomas Hughes gives you. This time, that was probably the most patient that Hughes has been in the pocket really the entire season. Went through all of his progressions. He was looking downfield. Didn't have anyone open, but he's just shifty enough and super fast to take off to get the first.
I credit him not making a mistake, not trying to force something, not trying to throw where he shouldn't.
1st and 10 from the 45. Hughes rolling right, wants to throw, sets, fires long, and it's up for grabs.
Got it.
And Verbruska comes down with it at the 15-yard line of Rapid City Central. He takes it away from Onzie Weaver for a Spartan first down.
Wow, what a jump ball.
Wow.
Now the Spartans are in business, and they can work the clock. 6-6 is the score. 2.5 minutes to go. Central's trying to get a player off the field. They didn't. They're going to get a penalty here. Here's the snap, and as they do snap it, or did Central take a timeout?
I think they called the timeout.
Whirlwind Horse, I think, shaken up, and he's just trying to get off the field, and he never made it to the sideline.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout on for.
Nope.
No, wow.
Calling the timeout or the penalty.
Illegal substitution was the call.
Wow.
On Rapid City Central.
And that's just unfortunate because I know Whirlwind Horse, he was trying to get out of the game, just didn't have enough time. Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
They'll take the ball to the 9-yard line. Still first down, 1st and 5. They can get a first down, can Spearfish at the 4. And the clock is running. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in a tie game. And now as they snap it, a penalty.
So net gain, nothing from that Whirlwind Horse penalty.
That's on Spearfish. False start on the Spartans.
Now 2:14 left to go, and we still got a post-game show. El Sombrero coming up at the conclusion of this contest. We'll recap this wild fourth quarter and also name a superior performer and more with our El Sombrero post-game show coming up after these 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
And the clock's running. We're about to 2 minutes now. Here's the snap. Rolling right is Thomas Hughes. Looks to the end zone. Nope, he throws it on a one-handed catch by Sire, and he dives for the pylon.
They said he was out of bounds.
Yep, at the 3, it looks like. That was a great one-handed juggling catch along the sideline by Sire. But that gives them a first down, and now they can control the rest of this game. I mean, a minute 58 to go. They got a 1st and goal. So first down, great catch by Sire.
Yeah, he just stepped out on the replay, but now Spearfish. Red zone was not your friend last season.
Oh, the Spartans want to take a timeout.
That's a good idea.
Good idea. Calm everyone down.
Minute 58 to go. 6-6 is the score. We'll take a timeout. 60 seconds. Be back with more high school football on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ, and KDSJ-TV.
Bold flavors with an authentic Hispanic experience at El Sombrero and Spearfish, your local family-owned and operated Mexican restaurant right here in the Black Hills. Each bite tells a story, with each entree made from scratch, all from passed down traditional family recipes. Enjoy their extensive drink selection, and they can even cater to your next fiesta. Good food, good friends, good times. Stop in at 701 North 5th Street in Spearfish, and welcome to El Sombrero, where there's always a place to hang your hat.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roof.
Go ahead and take it.
First down, goal to go from the 3 after the timeout. Handoff. It's Bosch, middle of the field, nothing. He's brought down on the line of scrimmage. Kroger up there, and I got a feeling Central maybe use some of their timeouts. They got 3 left, or are they just going to try to make a stop here?
As we're back on radio, and first down run, Mick Bosch up the middle, nothing.
So it's second down, goal to go. I guess they gave him a yard to the 2. So second down, goal to go. Central has 2 timeouts left, but they're not going to use one. And Spearfish runs the clock down at 6-6, a minute 25 to go. Second down and goal to go for the Spartans. Here's the snap to Hughes, the give to Bosch, up the middle, hit again, dives for the end zone and in. And the Spartans have taken the lead for the first time tonight.
Wow, what a dive. What a second and third effort by Bosch. The little guy who uses his legs and dives across the goal line for the touchdown.
Does this remind you of anything maybe a year ago?
Yeah. Hunter Walters' run at the end of the game where he almost fumbled the ball and ended up getting in the end zone.
So Bosch, a 2-yard run with 1:15 to go, and Spearfish has their first lead of the night. The Spartans take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Wow. What a comeback here in the second half by Spearfish.
Mm-hmm.
They got that big play for the touchdown by Hughes. They got it tied. They missed the extra point. And give their defense a lot of credit tonight. They have not allowed a touchdown, just 2 field goals. And the Spartans all of a sudden now lead 12-6.
And you don't want to really have this aspect of the game really have too much of a factor on it, but it has, but that's penalties. There's so many times this game where Rapid City Central had a good drive going, and it's been penalties that have derailed the drive, penalties that really kind of took them out of their element, relying on Bembo and Weaver to run the ball up the middle, and they've had to take into the air. And Central, as much as they have improved with throwing the ball, that's just simply not their game.
That was a 69-yard drive by the Spartan offense. So they lead at 12-6 with a very important extra point, 1:15 to go, and they're going to go for 2 to try to go up by 8. So they will go for 2. Hughes, the quarterback, Bosch, who just scored that touchdown, lines up to his left. Vavruska in motion left to right. Low snap on the ground. Picked up, throw into the end zone. And it's up for grabs. Wow. And Vavruska comes away with it again on the 2-point conversion. And that will give the Spartans an 8-point lead. So with 1:15 to go, it's now Spearfish 14 and Rapid City Central 6. We'll take a timeout and be back with the final 1:15 from Lyle Hare Stadium here on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ Radio, and KDSJ-TV.
Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated. Building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of tons. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel. Proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes.
Spearfish go-ahead touchdown. They now lead 14-0 on the Junix Chrysler, Jeep Dodge Ram, and State Farm scoreboard. And now
14-6.
14-6. Yep. Sorry.
And Sam Marcus to kick it off. This one is going to hit at about the 23 and die. It's up for grabs. Spearfish might have recovered, and now it comes free again. Now it's picked up by a Central player, and he runs off to the right and tackled at the 23-yard line, picking up that loose ball. I don't know how Homer Gibbons all of a sudden came up with that football. I thought Spearfish had recovered it inside of the 25.
They had a chance at it. It was live right there dead on the field, and somehow Central came up with it, and they were just 1 or 2 broken tackles away from housing that thing.
Yeah, that ball just died there. I thought it was going to go out of bounds, and it just stayed inbounds.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Cobblers, 23-yard line, 1:12 to go. They need 8 points, so they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They've got 2 of their timeouts left, and they've got 8 on the play clock as they break huddle. They're going to have to speed this up.
Yep.
They only have 2 timeouts left.
So Weaver out of the shotgun, gets the snap barely, back to throw on 1st down, has some time, now loses that time, he'll run. 25-30, and upended near a 1st down. He looks like he's got it out of the 34-yard line, so a gain of about 11 yards on 1st down for Weaver. That'll stop the clock while they move the chains. No, it actually is running here with 1 minute to go. They got him set. So
Weaver, he's also showing some speed as well. That could be big in this final drive.
Inside of 1 minute to go. Now 55 seconds to go. Cobblers down 8. Here's the snap. Weaver back to throw. Has time. Throws a pass middle of the field. It's caught at the 40. Trying to get some running room is Isler. He's out to the 45, or rather Benbow, and they push him out of bounds at about the 48. So Whalen out of the backfield makes the catch. They knock him out of bounds. It'll stop the clock and down to 43 seconds to go.
And this is where that 2-point conversion comes in big for Spearfish, as Central, they've proved they've been able to kick the ball with 2 field goals, so an extra point would have tied the game. You're going to, even if Central does get the touchdown here, they're going to have to go for 2.
That was a gain out to the 47 for the Cobblers. So that is another first down. 43 seconds to go. Again, they've got 2 of their timeouts left. They led 6-0 at halftime, but it's been all Spearfish offensively here in the second half with 14 points, and they lead by 8. Here's the snap. And Weaver rolling to his right. Penalty flags down. Weaver throws it down the field. It's going to be caught at about the 45 of Spearfish. Sire makes the tackle. That's Onzie Weaver. And right as the ball was being thrown, there was a penalty flag, and that's holding against Rapid City Central.
Yeah, that time a blitz came in by, I believe that was one of the defense, that was Lucas with the blitz, and it took 2 blockers to try to get him held up, and that gave enough time for Spearfish and the other defensive lineman for the Spartans, and that is number 55, Zaya Torfi, who already has a sack, was able to break past an offensive lineman, and he just simply reached back and grabbed a hold of the jersey.
Penalty all the way back now to the Central 37-yard line. 30 seconds to go, and the clock's running. Back to throw is Weaver. Hit as he throws by Vavruska. Pass downfield, picked off. And it's Sire that intercepts it.
Nope, 9. That is Hughes.
Hughes, actually, yeah.
Second
9.
one of the day.
But a big hit right as Weaver was throwing it by Vavruska. And the pass picked off by Thomas Hughes. And that will give Spearfish the ball at the 38-yard line with 22 seconds to go. And that should do it.
And, of course, right when the interception happens, the replay decides to not work on KDSJ-TV. Always what happens. But, wow. Again, the pressure from up front, especially in a game where Spearfish simply has been dominated at the line of scrimmage through 3 quarters. This time, the 4th quarter, with a big runs from Mick Bosch, a touchdown run by Mick Bosch, and the defensive line blitzing for Spearfish in the 4th quarter. Sealed the deal for the Spartans.
Victory formation, and Central will not use any of their timeouts they have left, so that's going to run it out. What a comeback tonight in the second half by the Spartans.
What a game in general.
Great game.
We knew it. Yeah, we knew it was going to be a good one, especially the classic that these 2 teams gave us last year. We got another one here today at Lyle Hare Stadium.
Again, the final score, 14-6. Spearfish defeating Rapid City Central for their first win of the 2025 season. We'll take a timeout and recap it all coming up on our postgame show. The
El Sombrero postgame
show. That's it. That's coming up next here on News Radio KOTA, KDSJ-TV, and Black Hills Gold Hits, KDSJ.
In today's game, Todd Poling and the A&W team are excited to be bringing the classic A&W brand back to Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. And they're even more excited to be cheering on the Spearfish Spartans. Stop in for delicious burgers, chicken tenders, cheese curds, and of course their world-famous root beer made fresh in-house every day. Scan the QR code on your screen or mention the code Spartans25 for 10% off orders all day, every day. A&W and Spearfish, inside Walmart on 1st Avenue. Let's go Spartans!
Pillen Optical has been helping families see clearly for over 50 years. They're more than just an eye care center. They're part of your community, committed to keeping your family's vision healthy and strong. From kids' first eye exams to the perfect frames for every family member, they're here to make your experience easy, affordable, and comfortable. Come visit Pillen Optical, where your family's vision is their top priority, because seeing life's special moments starts with healthy eyes. Pillen Optical, caring for your family one pair of eyes at a time.
For 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience, and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
The Goldust Casino invites you to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Goldust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting goldustdeadwood.com.
Worried about your roof? Don't wait for a more expensive problem. LaPrade Roofing.
Your final 14-6. Spearfish scoring 14 unanswered. Much like what we saw last season when these two teams met up. Spearfish wins this time at home in comeback fashion to beat Class AAA Rapid City Central 14-6. It's time for our El Sombrero postgame show. Brought to you by El Sombrero here in Spearfish. Again, here in the Monument Health, Orthopedic, and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, it's Steve Ammerman joining us from News Radio KOTA, Clayson Davis, and also up top, having a nice, warm, toasty time, Paul James joining us as well. And, guys, what a classic.
That was just a fantastic game. It was the only thing I can say is in that first half when Rapid City Central wasn't able to get into the end zone and then had a few chances, ended up with a field goal and then another field goal and then could have had another field goal, another touchdown, whatever, and they just couldn't get it done. So you just kind of have this weird feeling in the back of your head like you guys have been dominating sort of, but you haven't put this away. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, second half comes and Spearfish gets a big play. 94 yards?
Roughly that, yeah. I had like 93.
90 something.
Yeah.
I mean,
a long way, either or.
A long touchdown. Thomas Hughes helped himself out tonight with the big touchdown. 2 picks tonight. And, of course, Sam Marcus coming back in the second half and laying some big licks on Rapid City Central as well.
I have no idea who your player of the game is going to be after you just mentioned what Thomas Hughes did tonight. I don't know who it's going to be now.
Yeah, I have no idea who we should give the player of the game to. Let's be honest. It's Thomas Hughes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Paul was right though. Central in the first half, they should have had more points, honestly.
Yeah, no, they should.
They should have, I thought when they had that fourth down and they tried that little screen and the receiver fell down, it was a good call, but they had two downs to pick up 1 yard with Benbow, and instead they passed and lost yardage, and then they had to settle for that field goal, and they didn't get any points. And then we mentioned that Spearfish is only one big play away, and guess what? They got that one big play, and everything changed after that.
Yeah, the momentum. I mean, even with the missed extra point, the momentum still came to Spearfish, and then that defense, the defensive line, the front seven, the final moments of that fourth quarter came alive as Spearfish blitzed, I believe, like every other play to get Weaver off the spot. Even Weaver, credit to him. He held in there, and he was tough inside that pocket. He took some licks from the Spearfish Spartans, still was able to deliver some nice, accurate balls in open space, but penalties came back, and it just crippled the Cobblers, not only in the fourth quarter, but just really throughout the game.
Central had 3 turnovers tonight. Spearfish, I think, had 1. But if you look back, none of those turnovers hurt them when they had the turnovers. Nobody took advantage of those turnovers. But Spearfish again had those, or Central had those 3 turnovers tonight, a couple of fumbles and an interception. So I thought that was kind of key that nobody really took advantage of the other team's turnovers. Mm-hmm. And it was a fun game. Gosh, this was a fun game to watch.
This was a lot of fun to do. And, of course, thank you for tuning in. For anyone on KDSJ Radio, 980 AM, 103.5 FM, or online at KDSJ980.com. You can also tune on to News Radio, KOTA, for this contest. Is also on the KOTA website. You can also listen to this game.
KOTAradio.com.
Yep, you can listen to there. And also, thank you for tuning in and watching tonight's matchup between the Cobblers and the Spartans on KDSJ-TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, remember to subscribe to KDSJ-TV so you can get notified whenever we go live with a live sports broadcast, a video highlight, chess match if we get Super Board on KDSJ-TV. Yet to be determined.
It's coming. I bet it's coming.
Yep, we do everything. Rodeos, we do recaps, and just a bunch of your favorite sports from the northern Black Hills.
Let's talk about what's next. Tuesday night, right?
Yeah, on KDSJ. Next up, Tuesday night, we're going to be in the Hart Ranch. It's Spearfish High School volleyball. Lady Spartans taking on Rapid City Christian. They're at the Hart Ranch with high school volleyball. First serve at around 6 o'clock pregame. With our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to first serve at around 5:30. And that'll be KDSJ-TV only on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you have more of a reason to subscribe, stay notified next Tuesday. Do so you can watch our volleyball broadcast. Clayson Davis, which is me, in case you didn't know. And Paula James will be joining me on the road at the Hart Ranch and watch the Spartans and the Lady Comets. What's coming up next on KOTA?
Speaking of Hart Ranch, I'll be there a week from tonight. I've got Rapid City Christian and Del Rapids, my tag team partner, Tom Schoenhardt, will be broadcasting that game next week on KOTA for high school football.
But, Steve, you're busy tomorrow.
I know. I'm going to Michigan. I got that big game tomorrow. You know,
right.
Black Hill State, Grand Valley State.
Got to get a flight. Yeah, we got to get you a flight to do.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night, 5 o'clock kickoff. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I got a feeling it's going to be a rowdy environment that the Yellow Jackets will be playing in tomorrow night against a nationally ranked team.
How much did that stadium said if a Grand Valley State could hold?
I think they said they've had 15,000 in there. I thought it was 10 because
insane.
They said they got I think they had 10,000 for their first game of the year, but someone told Coach Bresky that they thought 15,000 would be there.
I don't think. I mean, there's Division I programs that don't even come near filling their stadium.
South Dakota State hold?
Where's Cody Oliver when you need him?
Yeah, he can text us.
Yeah, no. Cody, back at the board. Please give us that answer because I am a Cornhusker, so I do not know that answer. So
here, I have a question.
I have an answer.
You were mentioning maybe Coach Teason tonight, correct?
Yeah. You know, I was thinking that might be the case. I shot him a text earlier today, wanting to know if he can do post game, but I don't see him. I might shoot him another text and see. But yeah, potentially coming up with our El Sombrero post game show, we'll have Coach Tom Teason join us here in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. If time allows, we'll see. But we got more of the postgame coming up next. We'll look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, recap what else happened across the state, possibly hear from Coach Teason, and talk about what's coming up next. It's part of our El Sombrero postgame show. Spearfish beating Rapid City Central in comeback fashion, 14-6. We're back with our postgame in 2 minutes.
In a world of few guarantees, Jake's Collision Repair stands behind all of their work with a lifetime guarantee. Jake's Collision Repair uses only original parts made by your vehicle's manufacturer instead of lower quality aftermarket parts. Certified technicians work with the latest state-of-the-art equipment, and Jake's Collision Repair is preferred by most insurance companies and works with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair, 2416 Junction Avenue in Sturgis and 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in.
Your final here at Lyle Hare Stadium in Spearfish, 14-6. The Spartans beating Class AAA Rapid City Central. Central led that game 6-0 really throughout the entire contest until the fourth quarter. As we continue with our El Sombrero postgame show, it's Clayson Davis and Steve Ammerman in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. It's time to look at what else happened across the state on our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram and our State Farm scoreboard. And with that, we'll send it over to our very own Steve Ammerman.
All right, 11 AA football tonight. Sturgis beat Douglas. That game at Box Elder, 35-0. How about Huron knocking off number 1 ranked Pierre, 13-7.
Really?
In Huron tonight.
I knew Huron Huron gave Yankton a run for their money last week, and Pierre, followed by a ginormous weather delay, snuck by Aberdeen Central. And no, that's going to put the state on notice. You bring up the question, is Huron talented this year? Is they going to be better than what they were last year? Because they about beat Spearfish here on this field a year ago. No, wow. They also bring up the question, how good is Pierre?
Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of parity in our state this year.
There is.
Yankton is beating Watertown 52-26, about 2 minutes to go in that game. T-Area beat Aberdeen Central 25-7 tonight. Some 11A scores. Vermilion over Lakota Tech 55-0. Lennox rolled over Custer 66-13. Rapid City Christian, who we'll see on KOTA next week, they lost to number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Christian. That was 48-21. West Central and Bellefouche. West Central won that game tonight, 48-16. Played in Hartford.
And I will interrupt you real quick, Steve. We will have Coach Teason. In fact, we will have him right now with our El Sombrero post-game show. As Coach Teason, you guys are the cardiac kids. I swear, every other game that you guys win, it's always in comeback fashion in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's our guys. They never quit. We talk about success as, never giving up on a game, never losing. Sorry, ran off. But
appreciate the hustle, Coach.
They do a great job of just continuing to stay with what we do. That's because we're physically strong, thanks to our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Santer. And they're mentally strong. We get Tara Ginter comes in and does some mental strengthening for us. So in the fourth quarter, there's no tougher team than us.
But I can definitely tell that the mental toughness came into, it was needed tonight, as the first half, it was much like what we saw last week versus T-Area. It just seemed like just getting those 2 or 3 yard carries was just a giant chore for you guys. And then you started to see some success happen in the third quarter. And then by the time the fourth quarter rolled around, those Mick Bosch 2 yard carries turned into Mick Bosch 15 yard runs. And talk about just the toughness of this football team, because we saw it multiple times last year with that double overtime win versus Watertown. You guys were, you could venture to say, a few plays away from having a chance to tie that game last week versus T-Area. And then this game, you guys broke open the fourth quarter and beat a Class AAA opponent, a good AAA opponent in Rapid City Christian. Just talk about that toughness of your football team that you've instilled in this program.
Yeah, Central does a great job. They're a tough team. They had a ton of athletes out there. But we pride ourselves on winning the fourth phase of football. So we talk about special teams, offense, defense are the 3 most people talk about. We talk about the fourth one, which is in between plays and resetting. And so that's a choice that we make, to not lose the in-between. And, boy, when we face adversity, we really just step into it and we're ready to go. So these guys, they never quit. They believe in each other. They believe in themselves. They believe in this team. And that's where it really shows.
And, Coach, talk about the performance of your quarterback and also your defensive back, Thomas Hughes, our superior performer of the game. 2 interceptions, especially not playing defense at all last season. He had that, I believe it was a 94-yard touchdown run that gave you guys all the momentum. Not only did that tie up the game, but it gave all the confidence back to your team. Talk about the performance of your quarterback on offense and on defense tonight.
Yeah, Thomas is a great competitor. He loves competition. He wants to go out and do his best, and he's a very coachable kid. We can tell him things. He listens and grinds it out. But really Monday through Thursday, everything had to happen, freshman on up, for us to have the success we did. We don't score on the goal line there if we don't have a scout team giving us a good look when we do goal line reps. So it's the fourth quarter is really a credit to our whole team. We just get to see the results of it, with those individual performances.
And the defense, again, Rapid City Central, they were moving the ball on you guys in the first quarter, in the first half, running the ball with Bembo and Jackson and the Weaver brothers. But they could never break into the end zone. You guys held up strong in the held up strong on the goal line, and in the fourth quarter, you rocked Weaver from that quarterback there at the quarterback position multiple times. Talk about that defense performance really in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Coach Douglas, Coach Harkless, and Coach Powers do a great job of getting those guys good to go. We have a ton of depth at the lineman position, so we can get some good pressure there, and we stay fresh. And then they just dialed up some pressures that get guys in key positions to have some success.
That's awesome. And Coach, I'll leave you with this final question. What does this team do for your squad as far as going into the rest of the season, proving to themselves that they can come back really when nothing's going their way?
Yeah, we just believe. Hunter Walters last year and Asher Peel kind of came up with this saying of we've got to be delusional in our belief. So, if we're down 50-0 in the fourth quarter, you better believe we're going to come out swinging in that fourth quarter. So this team never gives up, and they believe, and no matter what the score is, where we're at, they're going to keep fighting.
Awesome. Coach, thank you for the time. Looking forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
And that is Coach Tom Teason with the Spearfish Spartans joining us with our postgame show. We'll come back in 2 minutes, wrap up everything here at Lyle Hare Stadium. The Spartans beating the Cobblers 14-6. We're back in 2 minutes on KDSJ.
Zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Bold flavors with an authentic Hispanic experience at El Sombrero and Spearfish, your local family-owned and operated Mexican restaurant right here in the Black Hills. Each bite tells a story, with each entree made from scratch, all from passed down traditional family recipes. Enjoy their extensive drink selection, and they can even cater to your next fiesta. Good food, good friends, good times. Stop in at 701 North 5th Street in Spearfish, and welcome to El Sombrero, where there's always a place to hang your hat.
Trusted name for your home roofing for more than 30 years. Don't be afraid. Go to LaPradeRoofing.com. They're committed to protecting your home with superior work and materials. Plus, they'll be your local connection with the insurance company. Call LaPrade Roofing in Spearfish for a free no-obligation estimate at 641-1770 or visit LaPradeRoofing.com. LaPrade Roofing. Satisfaction every shingle time.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. Thanks for choosing LaPrade Roofing.
No matter what life.
Junix certified pre-owned vehicle, inspected by Junix technicians and protected by a 6-month limited powertrain warranty. Drive home a 2020 Chevy Traverse Premier as low as $25,895, a 2023 Ford Escape ST as low as $23,995, or a 2023 Nissan Rogue as low as $21,495. Visit Junix.com to see what's available. Then schedule a test drive to see what's possible at Junix Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on West Jackson and Spearfish.
South Dakota High School football with Cody Oliver on KDSJ.
And we're back with our El Sombrero postgame show here on KDSJ and News Radio KOTA. Clayson Davis and Steve Ammerman putting the finishing touches on this masterpiece of a contest if you like running the football on defense.
And like penalties.
And if you love penalties, this was your dream. Again, if you might be kind of sick if you like penalties that much in the sport of football, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So coming up next for KOTA, guys, a week from today at the Hart Ranch.
Yes, Rapid City Christian and Del Rapids.
That could be a pretty good game. Del Rapids always a strong Class 11 AA, Class A squad. So
Christian kind of regroup. Rebuilding a little bit. They lost some very talented athletes in that program, and they opened the season with 2 really tough games on another one. So, it's hard when you don't have a lot of experience and have to go play the best teams in the state. That's hard.
In fact, just now dawned on me, we didn't quite finish up our scoreboard.
Sure.
We'll go back to that. I am sad to announce that, unfortunately, we did have a Spearfish football athlete. I don't know if he collapsed or something happened, but it was actually right in the middle of our post-game interview with Coach Teasen. Player went down, and he has a blanket around his lower extremities now. I don't know if he just passed out or now they have another blanket on top of him. So I don't know who the player is, what the reasoning behind it is. That's why we have our graphic up on KDSJ-TV. But, no, I hope everything's down there on the field. Definitely not how you want to walk out of the stadium with a comeback win.
Yeah, that's sad to see down there, so hopefully he'll be okay. You want me to give you some more scores?
Might as well.
Wagner beat Hot Springs tonight, 35-7. Bridgewater Emory Ethan over Lee Deadwood, 32-6. St. Thomas More stayed unbeaten. They beat Chamberlain, 35-0. Elk Point Jefferson over Mount Vernon Plankington, 32-14. Winter came back and they beat Groton, 36-22. A couple of 9-man scores. Hill City, boy, they've been scoring a lot of points. They had 72 the first week, and they had 51 tonight. They won 51-0 over Dupree. Let's see. Harding County Bison is leading New Underwood 50-14. 6 minutes to go, third quarter of that one. Phillip over Bennett County 24-6. 6 minutes to go, third quarter of that game. And let's check a couple of other 9-man scores. Wall, the number 1 team in 9A, they are leading Kadoka area 46-0. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that is kind of it as far as teams here in western South Dakota tonight.
And I am glad to announce that the Spearfish player is back. He is standing upright, and I don't know who. I think it's Jack Coet, but I cannot confirm. It's kind of hard to see right now. But the Spearfish player is sitting upright with legs over his blanket over his legs. So I think we're in better spirits here at Lyle Hare Stadium. I think we have everything wrapped up. Of course, coming up on KDSJ Sports tomorrow. Steve, you got to playing to catch. You got to get to Michigan.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Black Hill State and Grand Valley State.
Nationally ranked Grand Valley State over there with the Great Lakes Conference here. Always a really talented Great Lakes Conference there in D2 football. Of course, you got Grand Valley State, Michigan Tech, who is taking on South Dakota School of Mines also tomorrow.
No, they played last night.
Last night, okay.
And won big. Michigan Tech did.
I kind of figured.
Ferris State, number 1 team in the country.
Yep.
They are also in that conference.
No, it's a very, very tough conference.
There's like 8 teams in that conference. It's not a big conference, but they're like 4 or 5 of them are really good.
Yeah. And, of course, a Grand Valley State in that conference. Spearfish will have a taste of Great Lakes football tomorrow. Kickoff at around 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to kickoff around 4:30, 4:45-ish, somewhere in there. And, again, that is on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and online at KDSJ980.com. Next up on KDSJ-TV, and we'll be at the Hart Ranch before you guys. We'll scout out and leave your seat warm for you guys. It's Spearfish volleyball taking on Rapid City Christian. First serve at 6 o'clock, pregame at around 5:30. Steve, it's been an honor.
Thanks for having me up here. It's fun working with you and Paul tonight, and Code Red, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I get Code Red on Saturday.
Oh, no, yeah.
The Yellow Jackets, but great to be.
Well, you'll have me tomorrow, so hopefully I can live up to Code Red's expectations of Board Op. Again, can't be on radio without the legendary and Hall of Fame worthy Code Red Cody Oliver joining us with the Board Op and with the KDSJ radio. And also thank to Jim Callis, kind of orchestrating this partnership here with KOTA and KDSJ for tonight's game. And again, Steve, it's been an honor to share the broadcast booth with you. Looking forward to possibly doing it again. And thank you so much for joining us.
Always fun. Thank you very much for letting me be with you guys tonight.
That's Steve Ammerman. I'm Clayson Davis signing off. Everyone have a good rest of your night. And everyone, take care of yourself.